Ala baraka bake badi ngolu. Ala baraka bake badi ngolu. Thanks to each and every one of you for joining. Comme dalta kake nyame, it's never too late to share the show. Momo join talife, wala momo join na science side. Vedana don programo nyisia as much as you could. Yes, ala baraka. Again, thank you for all your support and commitment. It's a teamwork. Yes, my sister Hadidemba was live earlier on. Atle mo kilimo lebe nunje albe jibe raba support ka. Atle mo kilimo le muta nyanjang ko tanke kanajang. Wodo mbal tentu la mbal jela wala. Nalbam batala telefon anta batala. Kanyo neni len kanyo push kata. Yes. It was a great show. Come like no sister ya fanya men Hadidemba. Danta dame mba kuma sala wolto nata. Do ku kilimo le mu. Ndefem fola jang membe tambila tala wala ndefem fola jang membe tonya la tala so adandi da men drom ba commencer wala kada le haketu malo nungo abe life lo nfang at that moment so ndel wulta science and sino yenta because ko lo nfam be programme commencer before PM le Gambian time but yalla ni mo so membe kuni la nyina kake so okay, bachulo yamon easy ni mo so be kunla ni watol sita budum you know okay. But again we are good to go. If someone can help me, if anyone here can help me, the starting time of party leader interview on member caring malum fali yalo na bang the starting time nale na ba sabla bi programo nyim ata jamfala bake wonyama because malafika tara live wala manyina tara live when the party leader is on an interview. So malum for anyone can help me with the starting time of a party leader interview on member caring. Like I said, I will have Nyauri Koma here with me for an hour. Malum go mbesena ndro kala kujama la jambi bawo baro fangale afoko na leer mom bugul lendem so dafa wala leer te lu bari wala leer. Yes, Nyauri Koma mbe diamula about the newly SGDF member sola Yemen nominate wala Yemen select during the UDP Congress. We will talk about the drug scandal. In drug scandal, kujamal be finde kanje. Bualda mabe nyoto fokan sign. NPP unkol be jabur ne be nyoto fokan sign. Mom after kafan sign. And at the end of the day, the funny thing is that Yemen ke ya jamela. Wala ya jamela mole menkala. Mol fanambo NPP unkol fanambo ke kanjang. All fingers are pointed at Barrow now. Barrow aning besila basamote. It's interesting. It's interesting. So it looks like NPP unkol fangayin drug business on yilone. Dolial noko drug container kana Gambiele. Dolial noko NPP iparata menado wala kamura ko Gambia be sanna nole. Fuaro le siata Gambia. Gambia no kemira la domorola kodo diala drum. They don't care about the political party or the leadership of any political party. Yes, nindro ko kom na fala nyame nyina samata banano diamola. And now the funny thing is that all eyes are on the drug that is already seized. Ye drug will mean seized. Ye attending molel ko ye seized. Ye samba dame. Mine eba bolaje la for the bolaje. The drug will mean seized already. Ye samba dame. All eyes are there. Let mo be ke jiber lati mo be ke kolos lati. O drug will abana nyadi after kadu ni mintol. Otherwise, all to be senyal. And Nigerian senyal. We will also talk about the illegal issuance of Gambians' ID cards and passport documents thanks to President Barrow and Hamad Ba. Or may I meet a Lundang illegister illegally. Is I will cut to Solano Yaman Catulator Mabur and Koyajaman Menke, the 300,000 voters card that Yajaman Mendida. Barrow is planning to have 500,000 voters cards on the site. Now you come from for election of a Sodlan and a father Sodala. The suspension of the registration of voters, they are not up to anything good. But I told Gambino Lobul, I'll not see in drum, Benjibe roller drum, Nako Kub drum Cladia. We will talk about the deportation of Gambians. Why Gambians? Why only the Gambians? Yes, Sikamul Bela deport. Yes, deportation or Natra Janem Bartlajane. But at this point of time, Germany be Gambia dimul damale deport ka. Not Nigerians, not Ghanaians, not Kenyans, not any other Africans or foreigners. Why only the Gambians? Because you kodo di inte lamma sakunda la, wale kodo do male fa pareta. But at the end of the day, tata nata, now our point wala mnyiti jango. Di mala se deportation no stop no atle Gambian no. Atle Gambian be sitting Gambia ba dimul deport ka. Nanyol mfanyol atle meni ala nafulol ta la last minute kodo la yes da pula dimul le tam atle se deportation no sport no stop no mebe kiri Gambia. Saying they are preparing for the second batch. Very soon the second batch will be leaving Germany for Gambia. Fondinke jamala mutarin sa mebe deportation camp tol kono. The sun dol beje wala wultale ye pari be takan do ko wala on their way to work ye muta. Saying Gambia no be Germany men yalan ko e mantere la bunglo kono yela bunglo bula bunglo kensangol ibo kata no do ko wala dol titano teri nyoliya ibe hadim dulalto. The last thing namang expect in Europe. The last thing namang expect in Europe. Wala Gambia no benkalam in Europe. Yetula banko ka wala fisha data tuba budu banko ka yeka homeless otiji. Yetula banko ka wala fisha data tuba budu banko ka ikela bero ko wala ka mabu dula to bedu nebe findila. I personally know two different people now more fulamini alonko nelo ne back in the Gambia. I get the news that they were picked up. One of them is picked up on his way to work. One of them is already picked up at his job place. Because feta do kola, nimanda do kola bele bidol jola no yali. Nimanda do kola be kodo kila no Gambe nyaade, e baadi mo tekkela no nyaade. The saddest thing about one of them, ntato fola noja, ay muso nin dingol to koma. He's been in Germany for 3 good years. Sanji sabakana do sanji nyari Germany konote. Nimanyina mele a enter sanji nani sodla ni me na men kana la enter sanji nani sodla in Germany. Atadara do ko la fa pareta. Yes, I sukuru la dundi. Bale kaito di ala mela ko sa do ko soto no. Pour kala ko take care sabe ala final decision ñu batunka. Ala do ko bla ye fanko ko natala ka interview wala ka promote and stuff like that. That's some bold. Because Gambia is peaceful now. As a moon ala bango kata do ko laje. When Italy ala fully that kontala Gambia, ntala Africa, there is no government means ako kaya kula provide mola. Mol se do ko keno nyame. So nanyol be Gambia be don kambaro noma, nanyol be Gambia be asube duna baroe, nanyol be Gambia wol ko baro be do ko la. Na Gambia no dol yemen yalan ko ipata kantel fa ipata kantel nang ipata kata any level with us iko baro le do ko wala be fi sawolti che Gambia no ma fan jawoti mo fingol ma fan jawoti Africa no ma fan jawoti bala be jawoyo ka jawaya fo jawoya fan ali hakatum badi Gambia ngol Gambia no is number 1. And some of them they imantara fenna fa soto kambarawya, some of them baro mantara na fa kam fenna nada. But just because ikoi opposition on the hate, just because ikoi UDP the hate, just because ikoi lawyer Ocean Double hate, wale mama kandele hate. It's interesting. It's interesting. But alma alem bejo nganiola. Alma alem bejo nganiola. Ale haketum badi ngolu. Njunda kacha kono lewen kacha fama si follow. Because since last night, when I got this news that 2 of my friends were arrested and they've been sent to a deportation camp waiting for the deportation to back to the Gambia. Anytime from now. Corona be kere nyaw nyabi ibel murundi la. But come dalta ka Kenya men badi Gambian kolu. Mbal tentula mbal jala once again. Momo Dunta Nyandrong, it's never too late to share this show. Mbal danila akacha nyisa as much as you could. Somebody is telling me that Pabila interview Bekuma at 8 p.m. Gambian time. So roughly I have 3 hours which we are good to go. So I'll not lamoina regular trago nang kameng plale jam wat ni wat adani be dina kaja kono quickly ala haketu kacha tariyata commencer la because it's very unfortunate. Hello. Ini barang bading ibe nyari. Tano tanande. Kotanande. Okay, Mr. Jarju. Yes. Mam programme ko commencé for mbel. Okay, with the audience or with me? Okay, left the neck live, Cody. Okay. Okay, 1 second. No. Okay, go ahead, go ahead, you go. Okay, 1 second. Okay, 1 second, make a live. Mbadi ngolu ala haketu mam programme kuma se nyawonya but na badi ngolu soto jam me alongo akalafta ka fenna sia with the audience, which is very very important. And again kata do ku kelmo lamu it doesn't matter for programme kuma sta la proper famo kuma se proper nyina mo soto men nata alafta ko ko do fo mbata mo fana dila no manira so na mbadi ito dima ani be kol kanam kanam mintole
Ahmad Jarju si mbeko gam Australia jara dingolo munti soma dingolo muntati like lava fendin siala experience mi alon ko nga soto nata Gambia nyen karo December til mwani worombe non Gambia njita Gambia je.
Okay.
So njita Gambia na everything for findita duanyol milibije duanyol ni befintika ika duanyol mi soto. So kabiri na bago mark ye nambago ye pengoleta choko ya crisscross. So ye ndundi ila duanyol la bunkono. Okay. Iko for pendel be na woli soko. Nko loke la fa nkala. $1,000 o ka jole still na wo jotale no jole already fintiring banding so iko duany so ndunda ko be na woli so sala because ndol be jandaming alnim boy so le katara nyoka miango al kaitin tam mal so ni ka tama ka ta so ko no momo kala fika fen sambale ya sambamba dingol mamolian sambala telephone la laptop nta fonga chenol mil san chenol nge sampur nin saran sidin bare musolla min tala fo cheni tam manan kamolo mbangalon chenol do woli tamosile ani ngabago min sampuru nin berol katamate kera fengol bulanyim ba kanyan ngol nin kon nge sanjar nta Gambian tata yen check already nga explain duani nga ko ni mobile mi yajate tol mu ko masila tala let tol dala nyinen biro let tol nga ko masilo let tata babu ala na ka kayti ko sone yan tol mama sone ya dol mama sone ya milma amanke ko tol la barako le ati na nga soto nga ko amon sore amel ma wolle len sambala do le mobile fula dina do le sabadina o be pour ka di badi ngol landi badi de badi ngol mi fana nol fana mu Gambia di ngol lati wolle fana nafala anu nga binda fana bo tala wol bulke na te Gambia me charge transula ka fa al ben jola nyina la nga mati ene for free so ntanga futa Gambia al ko mbajo la ko mbo mobile ol jola it's more than $1,000 about these foods. Me alone go on the phone talent one the talent. At the end of the day, you inside them finted a laptop or phone ya baby and phone because when you saw Kabin but a dama yellow for you. Finted a water bunta suo kono kana bagaso boni purka mol kolye de la sambalaro natina ngatara ko yena laptop ya bondi Jeremy alon ko wandi sambalaro le mati manu sana wole tamot munyomin ka dingol te to mu jaran kol wala laptop ya be bondi aba bagum non kono ya sama wona laptop na taro fal
so danaka wala munyindi yela laptop ya te fango nyala ba ya sisi nyala ba wala laptop ya sunya ya sunyale ma sisin because ninte o tante nyala won di fengo tala na fengo ngakodo jo already ngape al community ko le jola pour fini fengo le finti so ifanga la banko kan Gambia wuluta damen itata je kumpo borola ela baga so Gambia do kulan be airport ya sunya
sana ni aja fang ye call because mbe hadi de ba fang try kan na bara man na call but ni aja ye call nan to ni konto fa ni bodula ye ta ila detail kono ya jibe nte amad Jarju si no pass number everything abe buruje mbora je ni juma tambila la mbora je talon kono to this new Friday tambila non ka banangam talon kono to mulifta je yana amanda laptop ni ajen ko fo mu wandi talti sambala role mo
yeah and sometimes I could call her me sambala ay laila ko yala fengo sunya because most of them can you know why enter ta sunya why the phone ta ma sunya
but ala tend to ni enter understand me kabringa explain ay ala tend to what back but witness all fanam bembule mi yanko akeda wala nyara
no nakeba so, left don kumo e senea mantra je nyawnya balen sen kalino nelo ka foko be mum fokan to nyale because you know why mfongali experience fana when I went to Gambia na arrival in the Gambia na body na backpack ko mi alen ko kaden mulka de koma na wali sambara be mfana mbulu wolto mentara kanyan telephone lulu bantim naka I was approached by a gentleman in the sense that ko I approach la nyini ka ko nye mine be la nyimbagol ko nka jam fonga la personal use fonga la be jam kay ko jan na kawasol ni na tout broso ni na drosol ni na fonga la be jam akonye so telephone table je kay of course telephone be je men kanyanda telephone lula akonye ko ayu so do na bago jindi kay ko ayele ajibe akonye no iso kay no ayele ajibe kay ko ayele ajibe ya confirm akonye iso kay I trust you
the sad part of it Mano is very arrogant on me because Davana kabla start ka arrogant correct mfana mjuso mano no start ka stress akan na igandala ko hey na broda ite Gambia dinte Gambia de yebe ndo ko minante do mal le bakan ko to le bakan ni ta da police be na badi ngol letraje soldier everything ka gonni we give you people respect ko kal bunya la ko na banko la security min tol mal tol bunya modo tal bunya balal fam bunya follow you know nka ko the way ka rosnte ka nyami yalo na how many hours mbe siri nka ko more than 7 hours mbe kulunti da ko mbina kan niyo bata nata at least yedi amon kan easy nga no understand ni la fa fenna lambulu nte mo Gambia ni si sono fenna la ni alon ka man ke nyiti fa barkana yen na chenol min sunya na chenol ba ko min ngasam ba ma nga chenol lel di pa ko because na chenol sanna pour num futa ne min na don kon don de ke chenol sigan ka dira ni fending dalo wo ka kontano si valal o chenol yol bere yeman nga ba ko min samba ma nga mobile o min kije wol bele yemanta ni ajam kana ni media pour ka ni fo la fala pour it mol fana milbita sama ifana nsi hakilo tuje ba ke ni e dundira bundi nore mo kono because bu ngani fa ni aji we not tabu yo do ne be bun kono hani si rangol tije je be norin tok bundi airport of fon kono je ni fintu ta holo kono re check-in all ika holo nyin so ike dundu wo bun no ko
na keba ni be programme follow la isa follow nalo na fokunu fo kan na posting jele on Facebook kuno na posting menkeje ni ku ara bake ayam kumbondi. And then I was asking Adama Barrow a question, why na munakala? Why do we deserve this from him? Nina for any $2,000, any $20, wala any $1,000 is me alongo. Moloko jo airport ni be dunda, ani be findira. Nina for akuwa na nyame, akuwa kuma sila nyame. Mina bomb shelo la jila jang. Lafta ka ke aramisa lungola because I'm working on the stories, but I have the completed story today. I thought that I wouldn't be able to finish it today, but not story ni be complete. Nina fale won nata mol kan nyame. Ani minana Adama Barrow nyol lafta moli $1,000 so jo. Gambeno albe wulala awul wato ko sila. But at the end of the day, ni me amra Adama Barrow la mu banko president ta tele tardage. We will all pay for the we will all pay the price. We will all pay the price.
Ani mofula la katara je mano nyangani ngaje saba mbasu because no India la asiata €20 to the ngajo already nga ko ke ni mu andi sambala role par comme al insist al bena time wes ka jar ko fonsajo en na bago bele fata you know ka famol body you know trust me sana no ko jo ko la len tara fum futa da suwo kono len nata di ko yar fa ni le wondi laptop ne na bago na channel be bo ni inte matando bago ko no mobile le kinje nganko no sambon ko to mayo because kabrim man ta na promise ko be mobile sanne wol be man ta wolto yana jiko be tinyaje so ni aje ben fo kam man akula min kada na no man sa ka fa ni anu na
abala fa wala
na to fanan data foje na to data foje ngari report di police officer bi jani CID officer kay ko wala ni mol mel be jan duanyol ka mol la fa wala sunya amanka la kara ko dun ko konte a kentella go ni karoti lu mo ni woro December jitaja yana laptop on na chen on na bagol de wala sunya ma dite because kabum da bada Australia manji dula da man na woli so jindila forward ya yela wol so wol be yema na min dole fum futa da suwo kono la nga yela so na da dite ko mi le na fa wal bonne an airport do ka be sachin nam fa le laptop o sika nga la di aside so ñu mutul mbali abalti ngana muru ngako do jo wo mi kili ngoko la na te fana wo mobile jo ngana findi na do fana ko take nan jo ndi wili kili na ko take no brother this is crazy you know so aga mun dan to fata ñi ndiro le ñi na jang non to kan ñi ndiro ke tolle
nyaaji be bagasol men sang alan gamenol fa on lan ka fa ko gamenol be fa jawol for example o musol mi alan ko ye kenol sey o bar musol mi ya kenol sey keno ka kosjere la Gambia tomorrow ni akoro fango dani be mira la keni sangola e be mira la ndomoro la folo ite ne le fambali o kodo la tubabudu ye fambali nganya la tubabudu yo keno sampuli kata gambeno la nganya ndala mo le fana telefono di la meni ala ko telefono sango ko le gambeno bulu nyame e be telefono dani la 24/7 il a broda sol ni le badi mo le fambali domoro le telefono se ye puli asem be fango la mo le gambia ko tanke inyon gambeno kana ko telefono tay ka sunye koto e ka sisi koto wala ka fo e be nyine jola kunto ale gambenol jele ike nyon gambeno nko Afrika bitano nyaadile surtout Gambia ala be bala fasum la non tele nyaadile ala be telephone de mala no nyaadile fonna promotion o soro went lamul mi ala ko lebe na Gambia na airport loto ike nyon gambenol tilt ko luntangol ike nyon gambenol tilt ko bengol all in this name of that dom bonan tuba budule and tell mo kilo men katara airport loto sometimes they will even pick the calls and they will pick phones and make calls to balun betu babu mako nyonto way jamantara betara way gambe sarale ite fanga yalone ni fitara airport do ko ne be kharasila ibe kharasila ikama ni modo le jemel makay nyon gambe noldi
sana I want to make it clear here for mano nyum fa ben program la moy la fata la moy la mi inside yende min side nte min himba fola mario ko nsa so no min tambita wala dal comme a kenate nyaminte te yam fula maka dun dunya fo yawmal qiyama na bente yawmal qiyama abo songa le seyndila man
yes no daraba
because a kenan silo min na manya na kala nan wala ay jikiyo le tinya because no mo la promise ko besene na tele ni o mari no de aji be ba na yo jo ngoko dole sikanga di alanka ela mobile asunyane ajibe wo musun no be min na tanko jibe ga min bota France mu ne ke wala muske ba ngamra lumni nan tol jita fo samo yo ngamra ko tinne jita ndol jita je tan ni worol wala jita ton nya
baraka
so moni yalo anala negative on war sana mbato ngi bula bari mon programme da baraka ba Mr. Jarju si baraka mbadi ngolo munna brodalati akato Amadou Jarju silati abe siring Australia ala experience ay men soto at the border point of entry men kada na airport oti bila data fonyondi ngola anin kata abadi ngol jibe Gambia. Yes, Amadou Jarju si there's no doubt Gambia dingolo mati African mati fatafingolo mati. It's not a crime to leave your Gambia or to leave your country to go to another country for a better life. It's not a crime. He didn't commit any crime puluka Gambia kata kabo Gambia kata Australia. He didn't commit any crime. And all of us that have left Gambia for a better life in any other countries, any crime commit. So it is also not a crime to return back to your country ko kata fonyen dingola wala kata musule jibe wala kata kireji wala kata ba dingola jibe. It is not a crime. But the question here is that why mfangalo on Gambian olu? Wala nintara Senegal le airport ni ang haras mbe mina fola korenke. Ni tada Nigeria no le airport ni haras mbe mina fola korenke.
ni tara Ghanaian le airport olto wala la border point or yang harass be mina fala ko renke but our own brothers and sisters do la kiwo lebe do ko le airport do la muso lebe do ko le airport do la onkulol mbadingol our own brothers the same blood mbako monda wala nyam the same blood the same skin color wala be do ko la na airport olto they treat our own fellow Gambians as slaves nda maram fo jawo yala fana mu banta malo fo jealousy le banta malo when they see Gambians on arrival at the airport dol bije gisol la kamfa dol bije nyal kamale dol bije the way they approach us yes Gambian killing mal bije le men yala ngon ni jita na airport de ka misbehave mbe tonya fulale yes Gambian killing mal bije le men yala ngo ni fitara na airport de ka misbehave Gambian killing bije men yala ngo ni fitara na airport do iboka authority respect wal bije le but Gambian killing wolu all will treat according to laws. But not everyone should be treated. There could be more jawality. Well, until be I don't know how to say it. If you're a Gambian brother, Yaja Bijikanang airport, after 7 hours of flight, 8 hours of flight, 10 hours of flight, instead of welcoming him with a smiling face, mu benyabe kwari I camera maybe it laterally soto balia itele alaka wala itele foire itele alaka wala batambe kiri kan gambe itele alaka momo boda je tara Gambia ijita airport do ka fena experience je momo boda tamod le tara Gambia ibe dun kam boda do ka fena experience je I remember when I was returning back to the US, a lady that works with the Brussels airline. And you know, boy, soul me and come back for a soldier or a meeting, loading, even more country, even more bagasol jibel. Bilena bagaso pesa fa pate, kona bagaso in Tempitale, Econatala. If only a global nabago, kona kafal bondi yatala, for the exact weight nyanta mensorla, yadina. Nanabago and Nasoro. Na chain fa pareta sa bago nyin drum pulka na name taxol kabala drum pula ya dundu kono raita the lady member do ko la je musinu me alon ko wol ben ticket o confirm ka na boarding pass ka everything confirm after knowing that my destination is Seattle, Washington the manol from funny dale after knowing that my destination is Seattle, Washington ade musin din kilimo ko nyoko kata Seattle en ka ko ha ay moto fonyo lon Seattle le ba nka ko no malo bali Gambian be Seattle be nyolo in one way or the other akonya okay sambala arbe mbulu lafte ya sambanye nka mu sambala be tabla ko kaba nka kabal be bulu bulu na samba ko ha njelta akonya ke mona jel it's interesting ni ka kumo do famo ba be story le make ko pa ko wuli ala foka nka akonya ke mona jel nka itele na bago pesa ja ili la sojaro la tele na bagaso paisa ja alko na bagaso siatale nyanta ka tala ale na bagaso tala alko kuliyatala atambitale sai da kilon kana fo be bagaso di na kotenke nka what sense does that make yena bagaso tala ko na bago tambitale sai ko be sambalaro di la na kotenke so ntala bagaso no to koma be de tanso samba ninka kamola ni musini won ka alman naiki di raka ma to fangolo ba kam fa fanga don't even wanna ask ha mina ma todi ano ali guess what I mina fanyo ko denge guess what yala mina fanyo ko denge alafta na chabo diala pulni na bago dunta kono wata pesa dal fa pada bago pesa dal fa pada nimba ko tara fa kono do ateta na bago yele ala kaba dundije so na pata nin dunda fly ko ori dani fly be wulla amina no ma fly ko la na chabo dina so time woni na chabo dia la fly na bago yele nim fem manki da wala fem bondi je nte fitarin kola na last final destination do be me nekela betala ameka jana ka kol ka fay ko na fen manki na bago ko so dol fana be je ka muneke ni mo dunda fly ko na fa pa na fly be wulla ibina fly ko na la ka fa be sambara do di la fly ko na while you are already inside the plane. So alafta la kabano samana bantala baga so kuliata woltinalo. And the funny thing is that ika fanyako ela bago shadi nano nintara don nela bago sudala ore nintara don sa yele no na kabani dunduye then sina fly ko nela chabo dila. It's interesting. Eka funny story be mo Gambia. So some of you that works at the airport, Mbaldana lillahi alai, our brothers and sisters, we love you. And sometimes we know that you also love us, but malamu situation we love you guys. You are our own bloods. You are our own bloods. Al do ko jin tamanda nyama, al protocol follow nyama, al ta luwala kabelari nyamen, al do ko kaka airport dol beto nyamen, and any other point of entry for any country, we are okay with that. Luwai tama, we are okay with that. But stop harassing us as slaves. Stop harassing us as foreigners in our own country. It won't help. Atal nafala fenna fonal samba koma. Anu atental tora la fenna because na destination on bonan dame nimme mamfambe murla jele. It's interesting. It's interesting. But rather unfortunate. Rather unfortunate. And the funny thing is that for now, Binimbe Shelen and back, the last $500 is meant to the poso kono Gambia kodo, airport billahi wallahi tallahi. Nas ikadun dame ika scream wato nde bola Gambia warme last year ikata yele check-in beke at the new terminal building alto yele check-in beke yele bago be pesa ya be dunda ita but ila departure pour kadum fly kono ikata to the old terminal. The old terminal nifita je pour ka screaming everything. The last $500 in my pocket, min be airport de na di telela. Ni swala la puli atala nyotem. Because na ko nintem be daw temon rolo ko de dala so na fala ko rengi. Na di la jele. Na di dañu ko don sa muta na poso ko na ta America, be muta gambe waro war ko rengi na muru, ba na di la puli atala nyotem as a tip. So at be airport we love you guys. Ni mal son ta atala al bulu. And mo buka jiwo airport de même ma foko na kodo bonde na gambe no sola mbe do ko le airport fa bagage mutala lamba fo men ke ma ko ne ka bagage so landi a moto ko no ba fo men ka sabu ya bagage so a fitandi so ko no lamba. And the funny thing is that one of my co-workers went to Gambia before me, and when that person is coming back, ofanan dala so do to abule men tada kanya I think $1,700 in money na $1,700, and I gave that person here $30 or $32. No $1,700 but America jam kotanga nata da Gambia. Ala na de ma be left da Gambia o $1,700 before mbedu na moto kono na be do mo airport do already. Men ye baga so sika ya di moto kono na fene di wala. Airport to men yen suteje ye welcome je na fene di wala. O $1,700 mi alongo na $32 la joa kunto ja no fam already do Gambia airport la banta pak. Aba sabla Gambia no do be say ya prefer ye di Dakar airport to ye moto jo ye dum Gambia. But at the end of the day, aben samba Gambia to ko maduro. This is why Gambia will continue to be the most saddest nation in this world. Gambia will continue to be the most backward nation in this world. And Gambians will continue to be the poorest among the poor. Gambians will continue to be the poorest among the poor. When the whole world is moving forward. When the other parts of the world are advancing. When peoples from other countries are becoming better and better. But until Gambian, until the tendro, and I'll make you wallahi arakra fam until the better last. Kolekaira. And Allah will never come down put on a promo shop and from about Sobolonyo. For a better annual fedo and a candy annual fedro. Mbadi walu, be kacha kumasha tenne, ale haketo kontondro man keno bar kotenke ntalem kotenke alla broda sana Jarju membe nya machimo to wala muna broda de kekendo mbal welcome once again to the political discussion show ngamen so jam on UDP TV&MEDIA bi talata lungo January karo the 19th 2020. It's going to be a new day tomorrow in America. The inauguration of our newly elected president, Joe Biden, and Vice President Kamala Harris. Looking forward to it and wishing fellow Americans and friends of America a happy inauguration tomorrow. It's a new day because why it is a new day? Why this one is so special? And what is special about this one? Because akamta lembedunkan arjanale. Akamta le dunia kutol. Because President Jawale bitakam. In the name of President Donald Trump. Dictator le bitakam. In the name of President Donald Trump. A selfish individual president. Mehalonko is either his way or no one say. Mehalonko is all about him and his family. Mehalonko America belongs to him and Americans belongs to him. So wala sabu atala departure is so special. People are relieved. Mulbe nyigi kan fat. Especially the immigrants, the minorities, the colors, the Muslims, and the blacks and Spanish. So in Buffalo, America, Dingol Bay and friends of America, happy inaugurations in advance. Najalo kana co-worker na lovely sister and dear comrade Hadi Demba was apologizing for going into my time. Hey Hadi, you have nothing to apologize. In fact, I should be the one apologizing because kacha kuntuta adiyaw abediyarin dame kacha kuntuta molbe interest da kanje wato menna bare comme yafo nyamen se diamu fon diamu da ngol yebang kota sabola menyanta diamu la beban diamu la so comme Hadi ya faale nyamen adanta da men ba commencer la wolton nata doku kilingole mu is a teamwork. So Hadi Mbafoye, thank you for your time. It was a great show. Don't mabe jibe because ndafanga barata sinola malo nufonga be sola. And I was 1 hour late because I promised the people that come the show commencer at 4 p.m. le be. But I found at 5 p.m. di. So that's the celebratory life. Niye ema mo so be kunda wala be tekuta ko la nyina kake. And I heard that there's an association called what is the name again? Gambian Stingy Man Association. Something like that. Stingy Man Association or Gambian Stingy Man Association. So mba mo kind of about 7 country. I don't know how true is this association. But one thing I also know that there's another association me alanko ofaran creatale kumasetale all the positions are vacant and applications are highly welcome. Well, the Gambia Bachelors Association. We have a newly formed organization called Gambia Bachelors Association. All the vacant positions are available to be applied within. One thing I know, one position that wala occupied the follow. The PRO position. The PRO position has been occupied by our brother and colleague in Denmark, George Cisse. George Cisse is the newly nominated PRO for the Gambia Bachelors Association. So, bachelor ye fanlonne bila muslim fa kelem be male president so la female president, male vice president, female vice president, male secretary general and female secretary general, men PRO and female PRO, and then we're going to have the men media representative and the female media representative. So every position occupied will be occupied by a guy and a lady. So the Gambia Bachelors Association is also on the rise. So all members are welcome to register as soon as possible. So the male PRO position is already been occupied by brother George Cisse. So management will president and vice president. Mbadi Gambia nkolu. Comme na fale nyamen alia the interview short la jana be with Nyawru Koma on the line from Banjul. Dinañ ko leral tay comme président Barrow mo ne mom bëggul leen dafa wara leer wata be leral bi ay sene pej président Barrow ko atama bëggal atama la fi leen dem la atama la fi dibola ay takal leer ay takal sene ay koy fer wata be koy lal naji nata men mba heklo bulan lalal Barrow yaane bëggulo leen dem kon dina leer tay gambe ni ñen bëgg nga leral lu bari président Barrow teyante men leral la siatale membe kundo way ko fansile président Barrow dañ bëgg nga leral Gambian si mine be kedi ñin drogue kentena ñin drogue mi alon ko abon nang South America ñin drogue mi alon ko abon nang Ecuador le alko sukuro le be jali wol tan ni molla alko businessman o ka me banta keta wala tamu but after the Interpol investigation it is confirmed that President Barrow the drug container is registered in the name of Gambia government. Gambia masakunda mi alon ko biitele ma nyaton koti. Andum banta keta mi alon ko alcohol tam nyun container Gambia la diplomatic passport babul. And diplomatic passport was approved by you. That means you know Banta Kenta fully. You know Banta Keta fully. And you know something about Banta Keta. And wakweta malko Banta Keta ikama mbori aman finti Gambia sa do kono abe manka mankundela ko da kono wayal ka maboje. President Barrow na leer fofu dafa wala leer. The drug container. Why are you into drug business, President Barrow? Because NPP ko kodo bantale ye domole fo ye bang kodo ka findi na ndame abaka findi ka findi nu nyame ana atol ko ni election of fali gambenol sang atol ko gambenol demum foirol ti President Barrow atel ko gambeno mum political prostitute ladi gambeno malla fenna kodo di la droit nim placeau gambia mum foire bankol and poverty is a disease. President Barrow ni la mo ko la kacha. President Barrow na leer Gambians want to know about this drug business. Drogo men fana alias 6 alias samba damen buru futu balaje combo area la mori yalonde. All eyes are on that drugs. Akunga na di mide sakasa sasa. Na leer o drobe kala mintola. Hand over the truck to the drug squad. Let them burn the drug live in an open market in front of the whole world. Akunga na di mide anu sila basa wade bo ngunu la. Akamta ko si kumba na nya boje. President Barrow na leer. La leer. Drug bi dafa wala leer. We never knew that you are a drug dealer. But yara from President Barrow greedy taten. Yara from President Barrow greedy taten. Ale haketu. We do respect to him. Wallahi we will never disrespect him. But President Barrow en kumbane. Ay kumbane. President Barrow en push to the wall. Nda untele sai. And Numbana de undaka kindiro kele. I will never disrespect him. And that's what my party leader told me. Let's not disrespect him. And I will never disrespect him. But yarafam President Barrow hadu medatenne. Oh, wala sa President Barrow tata drug wafola. Na bomb selo man received from the Gambia. Kunung kola. Concerning the $20 or $1,000 is me anko gambino nyanta ka jo dani be dunna ani yanta ka jo ni be findila bili no information be gada na dotol connect oh tonya President Barrow hadu metale fo President Barrow drug wa foke way mba jibe la no fo bimbo time sulla ko kacha kale jamba. I have the full information from a very clear source about how everything started. Jimale bakono President Barrow la rolo je mi asabu gambelo nyanda ka $1,000 joni dunta enda ka $1,000 joni be findila ngana fo nun janne and I will repeat this again nimbe diabla kana lana kumol la jam akakala lana kumola bara la safi ali alandi nali yari me banyana fo nun janne ko $20 wala $1,000 mi an ko gambelo ya jo ni be dunna ya jo ni be findila ngale ko it's a scam and ngale ko President Barrow is directly involved in it. President Barrow na le business partner le work a create airport do ko dole melon ka bokata mansa kundado ko dole melon ka bokata mansa kundala case do ko dole melon ko gambe du ngote na faraje but President Barrow na la business partner be na fa kanje directly is going into their pocket directly mbadi ngambe ko na la munyina fo ma fa jamba ma fa jan tenna ba. And this is what my bombshell reveals to me. This is what my source reveals to me. A source me alonko immigration officer do kula mati. A source me alonko is directly involved with the case. Me alonko mitino tani na beketa nyalale. From my file jamba. And this is what the sources reveals to me. So exactly from the office of the president, under the leadership of the permanent secretary for investment. And story at the same time I saw stories on the newspapers about investors that have never invested in the Gambia. Man fale story jalaba. Naji Facebook kunu. Investors that have never invested in the Gambia. Wale many fanke investors. Ko itel nada ka fena invest Gambia. Wale by creating jobs, by opening companies, by doing anything. Me anko Gambia dingo bena fasulaje. But he nam invest in the Gambia. Itel nada kuro la nyine Gambia. Many la investment mankiri. Investors will mean kananum Gambia and they go straight to the state house. Put a diplomatic passport also. Well, how to get access to our diplomatic passport so that they will have the opportunity to travel freely around the world. Yeterele business all kick out. But political diplomatic passport also you could the president. Yaja system could to Gambia. All of investors will come directly to the office of the president. Yaja folka si tete ay tableau bula ni tema ay nyini kala percentage la ala siala will be carrying state house anikabi. Investors, they don't go through the normal channel, the procurement office, Pura, or whatever department concerned. They cut straight to the office of the president. This is why President Barrow, a special official sort of the office of the permanent secretary for investment under the office of the president. Namnalongo position of Gambia. I never heard about that. I never knew about that. But Yara Farabijele, permanent secretary, directly responsible for investment under the office of the president. Ntalta megla nyi Gambia. Ano alma ale ndiye marakira. Ntalta megla ndi Gambia. Ni dunia wonte. This is why yesterday nko why Adama Barrow? What have we done to you, President Adama Barrow? What have we done to you as a Gambian? Where did we go wrong? Adama Barrow, where did we go wrong? Was it a crime for us to vote for you as a president? You sacrificed her. Mbadi sacrificed her. Nano nyimfanyol sacrificed her. Ntaleme bantana na nafulol landi. Nana kodol bondi. Na telefonol ke. Na kuwa beke. Puli de keke president. So na bafu du bali ala moti numbam fo. Na ala tonye du lata ba mamman kala mota ba. Where did we go wrong? Was it a crime? Why Adama Barrow? Why all this punishment? Do we deserve such from you? Everybody was saying that you are a humble man. You are down to earth. You are a nice person. What went wrong? What went wrong? Adama Barrow, Gambia no le mune kela. Gambia fuaro le mune kela. Why? And ila mansa ya jamano kono fuaro lebe bataka. Men mu victime oti nyo lebe bataka. Yemen bude sanyi mo nem fula lebe bataka ne kabibe kumboka. Yemen mantora sanyi mo nem fula lebe kumboka ne kabibe lebe bataka. Yemen na mol fa lebe bataka. Yemena property sol sisi mela property sol soto wole baba kan kabe. The perpetrators of those crimes will be masakunda by enjoy can say. Many o crime will commit. Many more booty. Many more far. Many more disappearing. Many sunya rolke. Many na cruel tapolea. Inata wala shembendi yani korenke over the victims. Why, Adam Abaro? Why? Why? Adam Abaro, why?
Badi ngolu ngali konto alto anal jamola ngali konto hakilola etwala nyinenda nasatalla la fonne sira yakamba kali hakilo bulande to ku kile ngolem kadu ninin tole obe nyoda kane la yesino bari ñin tolew sa faale ko ati ñaata le ati dano la kotake ay kuku kata abe wañaade la adu man toro ni malol be la ka même la pression ka abe ngay bol soto la même yalla ko president ma soto woto milisa hakili may mili babala ala fere ke ale ya jibe ale ñorala ambassadeur hakili man meli babal al sal hakilo to ale ñorala atinyata le atuta sa be damen ala tuo jiyo ba kan to atuta ke futa da faroto na futa da to da ba kunun nale na do ya kunu mum masi bol woro sa ndende jiyo ba kan to atuta do maddi ay futa da faroto al sal hakilo to hakili mal si ñorala ati ñaata le ati deta la côté nimmen koy baade dale te na beti ñala momo koy baade dale na beti ñala duwata kanandi la sadata kanandi la atutale aka saratale ahadu mo le ya kende ni nanyin kono ay fe wo fenja kala fa o ke jeni ay fe wo fenja bamba malam asada ila selaf ka kunu ata ye fe wo fenje asafa ba kunun bar kunun balo ayol kunun ne ñin tutale ate bono la kotake bawo ya maro ma bondi fende hadumo ite mankara ima molisi ya kilo ma yirwa ke ya mare ke kumo be fo man so molima kelo me ya kurto dum o ton tol pareta nga compilé to le dum ni be kelela ate watina wallahi kelo ñi tedi yalela wallahi ñi kelo tedi yalela ari mu ikete ñawoña murmun da ñawoña firim da ñawoña ñi kelo te bayno la ñi kelo be kelal o to si pare kelo be kelal adu ala te de mala ite suturala ini ngay bole mu ini mantoro la ila kuoko ate ben toujours mbe bola do kono mbe dunna do kono mbe bola do kono mbe dunna do kono fu janni lu menna ibe ya fasila ñindu landu baay ko ite na de ñaado dal mo le ite na de ñaado dal ngote man nyato danin ko ma dalo ite be wulole kono nge bonni wulole kono ke saba ke nati moli kono niaje te kakuma bali fo moliye moliye nati moli kono niaje nyim banku moli balo na ko adama mutumo ni ko moli adama be hakilo kabula memba adama lela basa ni ko adama niaje moli hakilo alon ko adama baro ala ni hakili mal meli be banko kan lon nado ye nade fo birin fo nyoyete ma ite ko yara duniya di yatale yina da ite tamba wallew ila mansa ya diati je ila mansa ya laban kunyi mati je ila mansa ya kairate je ten kungo ti je fanan ite kungo ube tula jiti ne turon ite kungo be tula jiti ne turon fu janni lumme be wala je bay nin kairate de kairo inu wote nyim bankunka nimme man lala fana alsa jibe bari ni adama wote de ay fere o fere dan sa fali atti nyatale ay fere o fere da barakate dun nala kuto barakate dun nala fere to ay fere o fere da beti nyala moli le nyala le moli e bayle na fulol tole kato bedo ketete adama kilin la ko ete kuma me ba ta nyala bo wallahi adama ite jelela ye mori jamfa ite fa nyulu jamfa adama ye ba nyulu jamfa ite adama ye koto nyulu jamfa ite adama ye fulon jamfa ite adama ye jamano be jamfa ko te be sile be jelela wallahi atekela zo fayete adama baro hakilo lo jelo ka ite jelela ko teke isi malu isi ngay be ni bankunka ila kute benna ila kute suturala ndeni mo ma soto de ndeni mo dunda soto la de ndinya be tele kan ni tele ke fenti ni aji moli be kuma o be fol kan moli tele ke fenti ibota moli ko to fijiri walle tamba wallew ni kuma jawo men bebe ni banko kam patete sambatete adamalem nani woni kuma ka few fe be banko kan nay mo to nay mo dimi patete sambatete adamalem ite adama mo fijiri walle balde te adama mo tamba walle balde te adama woto so do mini baba la nyora la so do mini baba la nyora la ala so bala ma sibo men ba soto la kanal na soto nola al babala ngadan kale mbadan kala fana ate kala fen di bankunga asa wote kala e ay koku dada ni bankunga te dunda koku to abe kala bulu zero let ate sutura la ala kute barakala ay koku kata ni bankunga ni jam fala mo ala sa malu adu ay jam fala ke fana ala sa malu wallahi ala sa malu banko molu minisa kendolu al babala alna kanata nyola tutale ambassadeur kennolu ali babala dali man babala kata men bala asidale adama lebe moli nani kan adama lebe moli kajafi kan adama lebe fiyo kelendi kan adama lebe fiyo kono adama be ko be kono ni adama mumu adama sifalati ni adama mumu adama sifalati abe telindiro la be kajafi rola ni siya fo mo len finda asina bu gafo do len koydale mfale mo kariti mbale mo kariti nyina mo kariti ama mo bunya ala tuje ala nya ala kala kodi ala ninte kadi ya mo hakili malle ninte ndeni mota nyola ni mota talla nyola fana ni adama lebe nyola adu adama bo boy gale boy nya jaw adu dakko ko da be kabuli zero de ati kuma baraka de fala ala tula kam farinde ninde baraka la kotake nina mansa kunda nyinde de toujours nindi kasaro le mo ani ngane bola ni mantoro adu banko kan asal hakiloto bandi ya dunda nyim bankunga kasaro be dunda nyim bankunga ngai bobe dunda nyim bankunga mantoro be dunda banko kan de fende adama ya sababu ali nga bondi na mambo ma wula kama nyinte de ama banko wati ama no man bete ade ni manya kele nyata ngati de nyata ngamme mo ama banko wati ali nga bondi tari agali nga bondi woto badi wol te pare dale albenta da nyato adama bondola mbare dale be ala dan la luwolu adama anala masa kundaye mbal kondonda mol be ni mo kilinde nyola momo be men ko le yafo ni adama be nyola dun adama be boyla le wallahi adama be boyla adama be malula kila ro moto ala baraka bade wonu nga fale nyame ko mo la bangoto al salon ko nyinte abe malula pression ne ma malo men soto abo malole soto la abe kasara la le adama te ala al ko di ni nyinte ate kala fendi koteke abe batala le abe malula abe ngaybe la pression ne mam ko men soto dunia ko nyi mbole soto la to ku ya ni yalo abe kirala le kasara o kasara be kirala la ate ku ben nen ke no la afaye ay ko ku dada ate nala molu asi ali ala bangi arama ite mu ji kono suulalete ite mu ji kono suulalete yamara molu nyaate da molu nyaabe lalde arama etete yenyi banko ye bulo fat ibina ibe kala su ko melele bulo fa melida adama te jele la koten adama ni kay rote koteke ila ko bantale ni ano ye fansay say ni mano ya tuje ba ila ko bantale de ye bulo lo ko hula ci kandi bulu idunde dawoda je ci kandi bulu kute ben no la itila ko wote ben no la koteke adama tete de ni ano ye ebe mento ya dabula ba itete iteni njelo ya kodi nyola ini kairo ya kodi nyola ibe jamano de on tora kan ibe jamano de on seke kan bini be bandale be segeri bini be jamano kay segeta adama ime ya tuba jamano de on be ko kan be segeri ngole do jamano de on be jamano ka be segeta adama ime ya tuba adama te kumo moyla adama te ku fe adama na fa tron anyate banko na fa kan aku na fa dura boyo adama na fa ko la adama man fello ala hajo de banko la kuto de adama la jivo akono fe wo fe na ja se la fa asa ngani akono nyi fa sa kunu ndoro e ma kono je bunyala ni yaje luwoli sa bi wa be wulula yaje luwoli sa bi wa la bi wa be wulula akono be bunyala dron fe wo fe na ya ja safo ntinyo kunu asi dikio to fatu kunu adama tenyin banko fe
memben call kan ya hakatu if you don't mind please ya hakatu nin call na don audio ka stop le
no banko kairo no made adama ba kono le domoro ame hera soto de hero hane ya faranto soto la ya suma ato soto la de isi so do to de lu wolu ndel fanam be ala tarala ikam lu wolu ala tarala no lebe si ala tarala lu wolu adama ila mansi adan tale mene ni ya lo ila mansi adan ta meta si la semaine fula nyawle bina ka ila mansi ala ba allo kum fula nyawle bina kan de adama sobo i hakilo to ni me hakilo to si malia me yale mo ma dangolo adamante atu ite adama tete de fo adama ko de bari te wote wallahi tete bari sinasa yaka na diate so ngala na man die ya tuje ite men de jamana wala hera no ma kungu do na hero e bole no ma wallahi adama nyaado tawo to soto la si sayaka o me bayde bulo me ye jato siti o bulo le be jato firinka adama tete itete de aman jere kuma ci amana koteke so faliye amanjere kuma ci amana de ata bantale abata kele akurata am fana nga kele kurata say be si sodun alala si ala jibe alala sara toujours alala sara dro toujours ateni malole mo toujours ade ngay bolé toujours ane mantoro lem alala sara dro albina ku jamale jela de albina kuma jama moy la nyina mansa kunda de jama ne mantora jama bolé moy la de ni mel bebe keri ni ndro ko pol ni ko ko dawle albina dole moy la mini fana fanko be wala la de nyinte ko be bebe ni la mansa kunda abebe wanyara la albabe moy la o ate mela fam toujours albe ko dole moy la luwol watu ni watu albe do moy la watu ni watu albe do moy fu janni ala ba kele ba ya fasila abu bala banko ka besi hakilo tuato besi tuato ya moy ala baraka bake be jamano mo wol mbal be ko ndona mutukunda ke kunda mba be ko ndona membe jamano kan membe jamano bandala mba be ko ndona be duwala liye ali nga kata nga bondi je nyinte kala fendi fana ati nyaadale ali nga ado jorantinya ala fongle ado jorantinya nyinte ala sobala few nyinte ala baraka
mbadi wala munna alfa bati na alfa bunyari mba ala hasana dino haidara ndesan adutale nyaaye nyindul be diamula wala ibe audio di dale ibe siala formol kono alsalon ka dutale but ala fana nyine wajibu yandi dina nyaton koma ala nyine wajibu yandi kafu nyaton koma misilma kendoma ye wuli ya diama watola ntala dina nyaton ko dol be jele na ada nyaton ko dol be jele na community nyaton ko dol be jele min ya muta ko itil manya na na politiko kono wala politiko is nasty wala politiko mun dunia ko lati banyine wajibe rani na almamul ma the imam ratib of banyun biya enta diamula tenne the main imam of Sera Kunda biya enta diamula tenne and any other community ila dina nyaton ko yenta diamula tenne na to ko alqur'ano même foy kamol preach wala alqur'ano même foy lata wala anu dunia nyanta tamula wala nyama dina nyaton ko yenta diamula tenne ma fay dula fasade ma fay trakarakelin but I diam of things that are concerned to the people. Jama mola problemo. Jama mola down kuo. Dina nyatu nyanta diam la bal bi ni men diam de ko almamo be political kono. Ndal gamelo le famu mfamu jawoti. Mfamu la mun na on problem ti. Ni almamo diamuta futu wala karola iko almamo chago. Ni almamo diamuta bang masa kunda tanyala masa kunda be promo la kan banko dunu ka nyame iko be political kono sai. Ni almamo film is concerned or is about the life of the citizens of the country. Iko be political kono sai. But dina nyaton ko nyanta diamu la nyinala. And I feel film for man kam la adama baroka. Alma ala mendi nyato alma ala so jade kendal. But I feel film for kajele. Ni malong afoy malong. Ni maja afoy maji. Baka fu mo malong wala mamaje. Andal Gambia. O banku wo be do ari nyame. O banku wo mo be do ari nyame. Be dangerous mo nyame be gradu ngol nyama. Be kamo be jari ngol nyama. Masodo balam ko do masodo. Malong ko mo malong. But inshallah it will never be well. It will never be well with Adam Barrow and his people. Yes, Madina Dinja, you are right. You are very right. Ninta kumbora malang aji yam seka bekala nyadile. Ninta kumbora malang aji yamunda yabo bekala nyadile. Ninta kumbora malang aji sukai na ka bekala nyadile. And more importantly, ninte kumbota marong loya ushendawo be kala nyaadile. Marong Amadou Kora be kala nyaadile. Marong Amadou Sane be kala nyaadile. Ninte kumbota marong Mamadou Lamine Sane be kala nyaadile. And so on and so on. ala haketu mbadi ngol, I'm so sorry about that. Because nalo nen kana dum kacha men kono ade may menke. And before all I menke. Wala sabu ko, where did we go wrong? What have we done to Adama? Namuna kala. Not me personally, but we as Gambians. Namuna ka Adama la. Legi mon suma joye tay. Wala mon suma feel emotional tay. How will Aji Yamseka feel today? Wami alon ko atele Adama Barrow tombon single-handedly. Nakala Aji Yamundaw diabo di feel tay. Koko ngamne mo tana Adama Barrow single-handedly. Nakala Aji Sukai Nakadi feel tay. Nakala lawyer Usenu Dabo di feel tay. What about Ahmad Sane? What about Amadou Kora? What about Kemme Senjame? What about Mamadou Lamine Sane? Mumini alon ko ye muta ye sorom bunjamal to ye bute ye tilmbaya ye wura koy bali wulu nyame wandi alfal wolbe kala nyaadi lebi. That's why no matter how strong I am, I can't take it. No matter how strong I am, I can't take it. It's too much. Mbadi Gambia nkola alnang hakiloto business manol to na fali janne wallahi alnang hakiloto nyim business manol to men yalonko ibal soka ndawolo la bedol kam ibal bribe kam $1,000 solla ikal la family la karambono jola bal nala be tinyarol menke kam behind the scene anika men dia tella anika men soto kuru ya kono tapale yakam ika men busal buli kanawol mundal kan ika so $1,000 sol menna ya busal badim dole bul wala dimul la bul wala al kenyo la bul bal kan katel swala al amre bedadal alal haklu to Gambia business manoldo 90% of them are corrupt billahi wallahi tallahi 90% of our business people on the ground there 90% of the investors on the ground there they are corrupt and they are making the government corrupt they are making Adama Barrow corrupt because the lebe silo tanikala it's like an ideal diala but atanata greedy fenga fenata tablo ka ata atanata hadume fenga fenata tablo ka ata atanata mutako is all about him and his family ya idea diala abukaji be fa gambe dingol la mantoro be jeba fa gambe dingol la mantoro ti jeba fa gambe la nyaato tal be jeba fa gambe dingol la nyaato tal je but as long as kodole mu atabe do moro sot la no jelo dro akatale just like Yaya Jammeh alal haklotu na journalist solto men ka fale ko Gambia force al kana wori ka fako UDP ko le terry meeting we don't care about that we should not give a damn about them I don't care for UDP ko terlam ker fatu deba for UDP ko terlam fatu network deba for UDP ko terlam Paradise FM de I don't give a damn about that what I cares about Tonya and in Gambia and in foiro membe siri Gambia ni UDP ko men kam fatu kam because Tonya for ker fatu let them go to hell. Ni UDP ko kam fatu kam because of Tonya for fatu kamera let that UDP ko go to hell. Ni UDP ko kam fatu kam because of Tonya for Haruna Drame because of Tonya for Mohammed Jai let that UDP go to hell. It's about the Gambia and the poor people in the country. Therefore, doy, fankum. Teria fasa and in class bet ya fasa. At the end of the day, we are still going backward. We are not going forward. At the end of the day, we are still living in a sad nation. At the end of the day, we are still the poorest country in the world. What about Teria fasa and in badi ya fasa? Fado ture mite tere de fado ture manyana mal. Fado kamera mite tere de fado kamera manyana mal. Haruna Draba mite tere de Haruna Draba manyana mal. Mohamed Jam mite tere de Mohamed Jam manyana mal. We have a long way to go. And it is this year or never again. They will preach Gambia first when they are about their pockets. They will tell you that Gambia is bigger than any individual party. Gambia is better than any individual leader. But when they are after their own pocket profit rating, why they didn't turn down the COVID-19 phone yemen delay for baliyadi tella. Alini media houses all nyininka. Alile nyaton kol nyininka. Hey, I'll not turn off on you. Al Fatu today nyininka of Care Fatu. Why she didn't turn down the COVID-19 phone that was given to her and when your poor people on the barala. Al Fatu come on nyininka. Why she didn't turn down the money that was given to her radio or media house and then your fuaro barala. Al Mohammed Jao nyininka. Star FM Mario Ali nyininka. King FM Mario Ali nyininka. Foroya Ali nyininka. All the media houses in the Gambia except Membe Kering, what the Malo could turn down. Ali nyininka why they didn't turn it down. And now they will come here and tell you that Gambia first. Gambia is bigger than any political party. Gambia is bigger than any political leader. Nonsense. Gambia is a very sad country. Alila moy that landing jala, that so-called landing jala. Anu kunu kuna be audio ki kanana. Malafika taki wulubal. Malafika taki wuludala. Wulubal. Bante Gambia jani kabi. Amina kadiamu dena nole. Look at that tongue, two tongue speaking. Dafula, mo kilung. Ito ko Gambia yewolje. Iko Gambia be continue ko fasa. At the same time iko malafika taki wulubala. Abe possible no nyaadi de. I wulubay la kumbo da pule muri NPP. I wulubala kumbo da wala yo muri NPP. But at the same time iko ite Gambia je be continue ka tonya la fo. Wala nan kay ko le nendia o kana yamra o moltala la ba. Wala yanyu kuma ba fo yamra be moltala. E mala fi taki wulubala. But at the same time iko Gambia je we possible no nyaadi. When ite fontar ka fo men kono. Iyo kafo le wanya ko kafu kuru ngole muiti iko e kaloya dabo samba morol yale iko be UDP ngol mori yakan iko e tapole ya jamal ke iko ku jamal tinata je say mute kan ko tanke ali la mo landi njale jamba mbo fala for the people by the people so for the people by the people so alal hakloto the so-called smart ones, the intelligent ones. In fact, they are not smart, but they term themselves as the smartest ones. They are not intellectuals, but they term themselves as the intellectuals. When we are laughing at them. For the people by the people show, whenever Lawyer Dabo is invited to their show, they will be all over Lawyer Dabo. Mr. Dabo, Mr. Dabo, Mr. Dabo, Mr. Dabo. Whenever Mama Kande is invited to their show, they will be all over Mama Kande. Mr. Kande, Mr. Kande. Whenever my Fati is invited to their show, they will be all over my Fati. Mr. Fati, hold on, Mr. Fati Lee. And they invited the most corrupt Minister of Finance in Gambia. The most corrupt Minister of Finance in the history of the Gambia. Yeah, invited Lesotho. In fact, that man runs the show for them. Maburinja tells them that this is not an interview. We're not going to do it an interview, but we're going to do it like a presentation. Gambians, wake up before it is too late. For the people by the people show. It's becoming the mouthpiece for President Adama Barrow when the Gambians are suffering. They're becoming the mouthpiece for President Adama Barrow when some of them are there seeking for jobs. The only honorable person I can choose among that 3. Mialo Gonzalo, most of the time, he means what he says. And he goes by what he says. Pastor Mbajao coach. But be careful about that Musa Jem. And that banker money. Oh, Maburunjai can come to their show and control them. They were out of words. Imela Sofan control no Kodenke. Maburunjai came there to do presentation, but not for him to answer questions. Ale Tonya Foja, ya yinka question Jumala. When it comes to the fake budget that Maburunjai present to the National Assembly. Did they ask him about the COVID-19 funds that have been mismanaged by the current government? Did they ask him about the $5 billion that was spent in 4 months and the Mulmala Duntadame? Did they ask him about the fake budget that been maintained Gambenola for the past 3 years? Do they ask him about the $1 billion that has been allocated to his ministry alone? $1 billion. Maburunjai will allocate to the Minister of Finance. Do they ask him why $662 million is allocated to the office of the President and $402 million been allocated to an entire Minister of Agriculture? Do they ask him why the Minister of Youth and Sports been allocated only $113 million? Do they ask him why the Department of Women's and Social Welfare is being allocated only $87 million? And do they ask him why Adama Barola de Paso Yantakela, Dalasi Wuli Keme, Dalasi will tell Lulu and Infula, Tilokono? Why? Imagining Carl Berade. But Maburinjai was there. I saw him in control. I left him I will dealer. And one group of people not a. So where's the smartness of Musa Jem? Where is the smartness of that so-called banker money? And they term themselves as the smartest one. Alieta be selling, be promote. Alka molla promote, manjara promote lambadi in Gambian call. Alka molla ke yembu, alke baby sit men manjarala. But men be tonya foka, ali wol jeko le sangarata. Wala jisoka sutia, wala ka kamfa juna. But be kumokan at the end of the day. Gambia will keep sinking. And Gambia will keep being the saddest nation on planet Earth. And all we will do, complaining and crying like babies. For the people, by the people. Nielo Adabo invite. They cannot even call him honorable. They will be all over him. Mr. Dabo, hold on, Mr. Dabo. Ninker Fati Adabo invite. They will be all over him. Mr. Dabo, hold on. They're gonna UDP party social. They're gonna Liagli. They will do the same thing to Mr. Kande because he's an opposition leader. They will do the same thing to my party because he's an opposition leader. But a minister of finance, the corrupt minister of finance in the history of the Gambia. And that I so control. The smartness ya better, the intellectualism better. Koli Kaira? Now understand Kona brother Nyauri Koma is here with us. Mr. Koma, haketude. Now no Kona 6 p.m. la fwe. But later program commercial because I overslept. And then secondly, kunata fintije. Me alonko ma plan no program kon. But very soon I'll get back to you. Maybe 7 p.m. Gambian time. Haketu. Dan in party leader bala program commercial with Membe Keri. It's very fortunate. Now audio do financial jana inte will play la no be. The only audio left coming play la jana mu Ibrahim Dibala respond to Sidia Jara. Sidia Jara be kumule mala hep nimbe dule bule hep. You don't mess up with UDP. Not you, not anyone, not any selfish individual person. Me alonko, you will come and mess up with UDP because of personal attack, because of the hatred that you have towards us or our leader. It will never be well with you. Sidia Jara nimbe kumule mala pek bidina we haka torap. Muka momade baniya molma UDP ngol. Muka moma bal nime ma. Sidia Jata. Dana leer Sidia Jata dañ bëgg Sidia Jata afan ya lendi. Sidia Jata lafta afa mole ko. Halifa Sallah was looking for the vice president positions. Halifa Sallah also want to be the vice president. Halifa Sallah was insisting that he want to be the vice president. And when he was not nominated as the vice president, this is why they all turned down cabinet positions and they said that they want to be National Assembly members. Acting like they are the real ones, they are the down-to-earth ones. They want to go for deputy, but not minister. Sidia Jata lafta ye auto fo mole bali man tara fenna Halifa Sallah noma pour ka dend ko muta do ye boy ya ba la noma wala ni Halifa Sallah même fo do e ka ha sa Halifa Sallah fum jogoñ nga dem fofu non su la ne taxawal ye wuli na koy si keba xamentango ala man tankala ay ke ñaton kote ali haketu ni me amana mbulata la wala ni me amana nan ba keba xamentango ni me ya akem ñaton kote ñindro na kake en bojo parti lak doy la fi doy mëna wax fa la doy touch kan la doy xew a communist party for that matter party melan ko their ideologies and ideas are based on old school they call you for an interview instead of talking about the most top topic. The drug cartel. We have a drug dealer as a president. We have a president who is dealing with criminals. We have a president who is a business partner solomon criminality. Ebe kidol samankana na bankol kan. Ebe kodol le take ba di kan chagolela. Eko kodol te ka invest on condoms solo. You don't talk about that. And you are a National Assembly member. We have the most corrupt Minister of Finance every single year. The most corrupt budget. You don't talk about that. Oh, we have a National Assembly member. They turned down a $116 million draft constitution. And you yourself, Sidia Jata, you absent yourself from voting on that draft constitution. Voting what was it? When you know fully that it's time to vote. Why didn't talk to Fadu Kamara about that? But Lord Adabo for being a foreign minister. Of course, Lord Adabo have the right to be what he want to be. He have the right to choose the position that he want to occupy. But atinata barola wanyar. Anata barola tinyate wolo. Wala ko UDP ko kana kamfa. Alala alpha ba ko nyelo ko afo UDP ko kana kamfa. Ibe sewo bunne. Nye barola tinya mo loya dabo tinya. Because anyata ni mulako baroka fo jana ndundum ayata jana ndenda. Anyata ni mulako baroka sataru lake. Halifa sala sida jade mina fo gamen wala baro mu satar lalde. Barola ko maymuna si dabo ko ngombe kala place oto. Ba dabo la mon so. Baro ko UDP ko nalla ko be programme na be dale na di loya dabo bala dabo ma action taje. Baro ko fabu sane ko ngombe kala ambassadeur to dabo mon so. Barola ko alkali konte ko ngombe place odi dabo dabo la mon so. Baro ko lamin tunkare ko ngombe kala ambassadeur di ba dabo la mon so. Baro ko dembo bay fo sen ngombe kala ministre ba dabo ko e mankara. Balo time atala intentional menti wala minduda abe UDP tera no nyaadile abe loya usiru dabo jenkandila karala nyaadile abe ajam seka jenkandila karala nyaadile abe aji yamunde yabu jenkandila no karala nyaadile wala sabu bile aji yam seka lota dame ndako gambenol ala loya usiru dabo lo julojo delo len usiru dabo njugal ay baro dimi ay alkali konto dimi but ile mitno le kamem beke wala mindiko loya dabo have to step aside. He's old now. Mbe koda di lala, mbe bunjango di lala, mbe sarale londi lai. Loya dabo ko ni nafro ni place wala mnu. Mbanta ta yaaja me bulu not Adama Barrow. Ya aji am seka kumande kay dañ bëgg nga retire ñu jëf la yépp dañ la jox xaaliss dañ la jox moto lu nga bëgg di nga ko am aji am seka ne len ci fekkee ne xaaliss la ak alal rek la war naa ko dinaa ko doon jël ci Yaya Jammeh before Barrow. So they showing us who is Barrow. Basida jada nyimba kuntula nyimba koyla mala fet. Iko kangu jadal. Iko is their way or no one's way. Iko ñoomul lep ñoy lep. Waaye dinañ fi fekk UDP ñun tam ñoy lep ñoomul lep. So at the end of the day, inshallah, immediately after this show, our party leader, His Excellency Lawyer Ousainou Darboe, will be on member caring platform for a mega interview. Alta jaleta interview la mani hakelola. Alta je aliela mo knowledge from a knowledgeable person la. Alta jale kumol taje membet yada. Aliaji be fabe personal attack la ba. Aliaji fabe wandi mo to fala jelba. Aliaji be fabe mo gare wala de. But Gambia is a very sad nation. Gambia len banko timi anko your opposition party soto. Gambia len banko timi anko your opposition leaders soto. Instead of you concentrate on the government, instead of you concentrate on the incumbency, instead of let them talk about ebe Gambia buy kan la do ko la because e manke Barrow supportality. Ebe Gambia buy kan la do ko la because e manke si carleti. Ebe alkalo ni several threatening because e ka party car la support. But they will attack another political party. They will attack another leader of another political party. Gambele banko di your opposition leaders will opposition also. Instead of let them talk about the drug, the president is involved in drug. Drug kodo la kaba la party finance la wala. Drug kodo la kabe na political san na wala. Drug kodo la kabe gambelo san na wala. But they will attack a political party and a political leader. Gambele banko di your opposition leaders also ni kumandi interview la. Instead of you talk about ko musolbe fakam. Maternity ward do musolbe faka wulwol do musolman jata kendasro gambel ko bolal cross kata jaralo Senegal bari they will attack Lawyer Darboe and UDP gambel banko di men ko opposition leaders also ni ko mani interview la instead of ye diamu ko la men kam doko na masa kunda fila deportation agreement sign with Gam Germany deportation agreement sign with Switzerland even funding tol murundika funding call sign men be Germany on their way to work they get arrested in their houses they get arrested and they will be sent to deportation camp and wait for deportation. Bali Lawyer Darboe attack la ni UDP kole kaira. Nana journalist also. So-called journalist preaching about Gambia first. Barrow nena bugur lendem. Why Barrow na leer? Barrow fung wala leera dafa wara bari de. Wala Barrow fung wala leera bari na de. Toki Mansakunda bosol di Gambia Mansakunda yuko aladi farola pour transportation easy baro bosol ta be peinture white la ay di NPP la fofu leerut baro na leer ala fa baro je leera mo ne bugul lendem na leer $35 million albe yaji la dunia be a cew adunta force lady la account kono anu akele tamu an kabi mankuma moy wo kuoto ala fa baro je leer baro na fofu leer dafa wala leer ya ne bugulo len dem na leer ndañi na la wala fa dañ be fala ala fa baro yo ko ay mansional mello manka mun kan kunda in 4 years ay ya jame ta 20 years la pour ko bungolo ya jame be départ la ka ba gambe wato men ala ko da fa ma ban lola ala fa baro yo ko atata less than 4 years la pour que bunjangolo manka man kunda on est reserve la même man ka tati ala fa fofu dafa wala leer fofu dafa wala leer nako leeral tedi mo ne bugur len dafa wara leer nako leeral nko la fa baro ko ala koda afasuo membe manka man kunda bilabe kala president wonu asansa mun kore gedoldi banko bungol lebeje kalulu wage of futa investment a business partner to him wala baro la family koda ta ka beru no ver ka verida ali amara wayake free of charge ala fa baro kalulu wage mina na ala koda di dai ay mu interest so do jeba o kalulu wage kirim wala baro so koda la empty land in Senegal Dakar ala nyini ka wala ba kalul wagge kam mine sotata bulu fofu dafa wala leer na len dem ay bum len dem na leer ala fa baro ko na leer nko al baro nyini ka ko atala depasso na wulta so mona dana belala ako dalasi wuli keme dalasi wul talula nim fula ka bol domal tilo kono al baro nyini ka be plan jumaldo akata sandiro ka marché jumaldo fofu na leer dafa wala leer mo ne bugul mo len dem kon nako leeral al baro nyini ka why deportation sign with Germany and in Switzerland. Why are deportation signed with Germany and in Switzerland? And akata Italy, naboda Italy akata Spain. Why baro left na funding kol men yalon koy tata tubaburu pour que bani fañol nafa. Why? Fofu dafa wara leer baro na leer. Bal jebe leer ñu dañu wala gamberon be siri gambe bi atale be ñu promo badano. Nso fale na kali hakatu. Gamberon be siri gambe be ñu deportation atale sa stop no the deportation of innocent Gambians atale sa stop no na leer. Na leer baro bugur lendem. Fofu dafa wara leer nko alna baro nyininka the contract now we mention with China and kabi kurang is getting from bad to worse. Geo is getting from bad to worse. China la contract or the details of it na leer fofu dafa wara leer bum lendem baro nene bugur lendem na leer baro yante mel leer la siadele sakanyin drogo kuo bi kufla be kering Gambia nyin drogo kuo and in the deportation of Gambian soul. Ebe Gambia funding ko mutakan sutatili on a daily basis. Anu barole aside 356 million euro yewol dial o ko do dunte min dola na leer. Baro bugul lendem. Dafa wara leer. And more importantly, baro lu nga buga sacha sun election bi. Why lafta ka carte o sunya na la ta fanna. Why baro lafta ka single majority bondi na electoral law so kono. Why baro lafta ka sport counting bondi. Why Barrow is interfering with the jobs of the IEC. Why Barrow is inviting the IEC chairman to State House. Mamadou Aliou Njai. Wala Mamadou Aliou Momar Njai. Akamaneka State House. Why Mustafa Njai of Tough Construction is between Barrow and Mustafa Njai of Tough Construction. Barrow fofu na leer. Why Barrow etiamana na ID card oriented ila luntango la by force. Why importing 6 printers from India. Iba Gambia be fake ID card print ke ibadi ka luntango la. Anu registration fana. Ilafta ka bogus voters card ta ke print ko ya jame men kono. Why? Fofu na leer Barrow. Na leer. And finally President Barrow wo moro men bot nan Senegal. Serigne Abdou Has Job. Sumbudi Bachili Kema. Anata menke state out a seta karote jele. Wo moro kamine kanu state out wo moro. Sumbuli Bachili Kema. Serigne Abdoulaye Has Job. Fofu na leer Barrow. Na leer. Why follow sada ya di bari bunkola. Why follow sada? Why follow di bari budamala? Why ma di kiana? Why ma di nyomila? Why ma di jarara? Why ma di fuladula? Why ma samba sandu? Why ma di wuli nkola? Fo bari bunkola damala ka samake. Fo bari bunkola damala samalati. Why yo follow sada di bari bunkola? Baro fofu na leer. Dafa lendem. Te yane bugulo lendem. Na leer. Mbadi Gambia nkolu. Tawunte yani fanjawe yani hasidi ya kola fe mantaraja. Nyembe fanjawe yele fanjawe ya. Nyembe kala hasido ke hasido. Alma ale mbejo ngani yola. Alabe mo be konti bolan. Mbadi Gambia nkolu. Lu wala leer fa bari. Atale afode ako bugul lendem. Na leer rek. Bibi de. Ibo nan kitio ajonna kotenke. How many people knows that court case is still going on? Solo Sunday na case, how many of you knows that court is still going on? How many Gambians lata nyina ko an kabe solo sande mambade? An kabe solo sande mfurobe laring leptano to le banjun. Few meters away from State House. How many of you knows that? How many of you lata wala kabe kerin? Now the case has been adjourned again. Bile bonan case la. Banna Gambian also the menan ko suda tili. Ibida kamo kiti bungo. Suda tili. Ibo kiti bungo follow kana. And suda tili. They sharing the information with us. Why? Baro yako wana leer. Baro bugul lendem. Dafa wala leer kay. I have a very important piece here. From our colleague, my dear comrade and lovely sister, Obon Banin, aka Jarju Sisoho, member South Africa. I peace dollar safeja. Very interesting, but very sad at the same time. Obon Banin, I'm sorry, I'm going to steal this piece from you. Ako, I can fully recall when Useni Dabo was unfairly dismissed by President Barrow from his toxic and corrupt government. Ako, someone I know in South Africa, in the Gambian embassy, was jubilating to the point of buying KFC for his entire family on that day. They sang. Because that the same old slogan was sung to him. I wanted to promote you to an ambassadorial position, but it was Useni Dabo who refused. Because so Ken Dingo member South African embassy, nyaje walunga ba celebrate kang, because he allowed Useni Dabo by as the vice president, because he had a fanele nunko, left a key post ambassadorial position, while Useni Dabo manso. Well, I believe Useni Dabo by as the ambassador of, as the vice president of the Gambia, who Ken Dingo member ko la Gambian embassy in South Africa, walunga a celebrate the 5 KFC la sang. Our entire family be. KFC is a restaurant, American restaurant, Kentucky Fried Chicken. Because it's a dimal dida, mashallah. I will say the entire family. Now, sister Jarju Sisoho, you know this Ninkompu was so bitter about Dabo because in his myopic mind, Useni Dabo was the reason why he could not get the highest post. Now, 2 years down the line, Useni Dabo is not in the government anymore. Why hasn't Barrow appointed this individual to be the ambassador? Instead, Barrow appointed someone else. Jarju Sisoho, Ako, this alone tells you that Hasidiya Amambetiya. There are people who will hate you and will never love you no matter how good you are. But at the end of the day, the truth alone shall prevail in a very drastic manner. There are many people who hate Useni Dabo unfairly because of hypocrite Adama Barrow. Barrow is not a good leader. A good leader unifies and not being divisive. Barrow is a divider. Barrow is divisive. This is a piece from our lovely sister, Obon Banin. A fomondia. And I clean I come out of Safe Jamen Obon Banin to Alila Moja. Ako in Gambia today. You want to gain views? It's simple. Insult or castigate lawyer Useni Dabo. You want to get closer to President Adama Barrow? Insult Useni Dabo. You want to be appointed in Barrow's camp? Insult Useni Dabo. It's only in the Gambia an opposition party lambasting another opposition party instead of focusing on the incumbency. Ako Uncle Sidi Ajata, need I remind you that UDP is not a ruling party, neither in government. We are an opposition party just like yours. So how about you talk on burning issues currently happening in the Gambia? Akai Sidi Ajata, you as an MP, you have a lot to discuss. The drought saga, the maternity mortality rates in our hospitals, the lack of proper and decent hospitals, the insufficiency of food, the endless corruption, and how to impeach President Barrow. Nama Sidi Ajata yante diamala nyunkola. Sadio Sissoko, sometimes it seems to me that Doi has compromised their party to join NPP. The fight against Dabo is real. Che Allah. Ako Usenu Dabo Abaraka Bake. Usenu Dabo, you are blessed. And this is what is happening in the Gambia. Alma Alem Beke Hakili Malti. Alma Alem Beso Hakilola. But Sadio Sissoko for Yawalan Tunyari. Badi in Gambia Uncle quickly than in Benyawuri Koma Sorola. The bombshell that left a man Chambalale now. Let me share a piece of it with you guys. And what in Kumbondi. Bombshell Walen Kumbondi. I hope I'll be able to control myself. Namira Arama Baro Namonaka. Why did we go wrong as Gambians? Badi in Gambia Uncle Albeson Taninaloko. Luntango Lintanga Chimolo Gambia Sato Okono. From anywhere in the world, you will pay $20 in, $20 out. Wala $1,000 is in, wala $1,000 is out. But when you buy tuba wode juruta $1,000 ila, you can manjare nana time always yanka sonkoke. A manjare jani mole nyo saba yado ita tela, but $1,000 yadi president wala. President me alanko, he's already a millionaire. Wallahi billahi talai $1,000 yadi president wala. President me alanko akari tala already. Ye farol balala. Ye jamang balala, ye muslimol balala, ye da arkuan karambung balala, ye sedalian la balala. $1,000 if maybe yasaka yadi airport do kula men be fitaro la jadi men kamol makoy, but yadi president wala. You know why unko yadi president wala? Badi Gambian Koli, I left piece of storage remember tamak on social media. Iko investors that have never invested in the Gambia. Bilin ya jame jamano with the same system of caring. Investors kata Gambia think with the pretending attitude that they are investors in atal pulka invest Gambia, but it tata jele pulka Gambia le fengota. E Gambia le fenji ma ilafta ko waleta wala na diplomatic passport. Ibo soro no nyadile. Ajate ya jo kodola. But diplomatic passport is like a free pass for them to travel freely in this world. And we kujama kala membe kala drug dealing sunyarol sponsorship of terrorism and kute fintilaje. Because diplomatic passport will be able itara dunia dada they'll be treated as diplomatic passport. In fact, some of these investors all in a year appoint a councility, Gambian councils in other countries. This is why 75% of Gambian councils in other countries manka Gambia dingo to luntango lamid. Ni tara Guinea Bissau na council men bija manka Gambia dingo. Ni tara Germany na council men keja manka Gambia dingo. Ni tara Switzerland na council men bija manka Gambia dingo. Ni tara Austria na council men bija manka Gambia dingo. African Bankol Fonkan na council men bija minango manka Gambia dingo. Nigeria no ni Ghana no ni South Africa no ni Zimbabwe no le muntela council na wandi Bankol ka. Investor mi alon ke fank man investor la inafa invest Gambia ni tara Gambia ikatala straight to the president ikatamba ne mintola the permanent secretary mi alon ko ye wala samba office of the president iko a permanent secretary responsible for investment under the office of the president namna o moy namna lon ko position of kerine namna lon ko department of permanent secretary for investment under the office of the president. Allahu Akbar. Someone is also telling me in Italy. Na councilor mi daman ka Gambia not. Anu Gambia do be Italy. Men se keno councilor. Men ya qualification so. Ya londo so. Mbadi Gambia ngolo. Ni $1,000 so mi ankon kajo nimbe duna Gambia, mbajo nimbe fintila Gambia, president baroni mofla be business olala. So $1,000 so Gambia dingol men ka bonan Gambia, ni ajo katala posolo kono. Another business partner, Sara Hulo do ka fome Mr. Toure. Mbadi Gambia nkolo. The company memata nyinkuwa nyima. polika nyin kodota ka muta gambenol bulu innocent gambenol nyin company melon ka be nyapin kaunke ka molle airport ka $1,000 sol muta mol bulu e ka fele secure report a company to mu secure report let during the time of the former vice president Fatoumata Jallow Tambajang VP lebenu o time abe VP yala permanent secretary lebenu nje ka fo moy ko one Mr. Sedi ni Mr. Sedi sa mantara permanent secretary yala na sources ko nyala ko nama nyina ya appoint le as an ambassador or a high commissioner sai. But this Mr. Sedi what time I tell him the permanent secretary at the office of the president for investment. What time Fatoumata Jallow Tambajang lemu vice president of Fanantino. So in another program with the Americanco, instead of investors solena Gambia through the procurement officer, they will go straight to the office of the president. They will have a tete-a-tete with the vice president and the president. They will have a discussion directly with the president and then the vice president. In project of Mealonko, abe carrying airport at this time, formerly the Minister of Interior project of Mintinu. But the Minister of Interior by that time was under the leadership of my party. My party knows what we are coming to say here. My party have an idea about what we are coming to say here. My party is outspoken. My party could come out and debunk us on UDP TV&MEDIA. I know I will be very happy if my party can grant me an interview. National platform kanja. Nanyum kuma kawasyan kanjam koreng. Ningronta dauda wala tonyamon for dauda. Wala na sources mislead amendro. My father is correct in But this source is an immigration officer working as an immigration officer at the Department of Immigration. So in project on the Minister of Interior time mena or time of Buba Sanyang was the Director of Immigration at that time. But project on in a different scenario lala. Eleftale I thought through the airline company sol. Nabe jola fana avec la fala ticket rol nyina kan. Nimbe ticket rol sana kolo nyimbe tar la wolto. Nyin kodo nyin ele men idea pour que nyin kodo ko sama nanu nyamen wala nyin projet do na dem ne kan no wala mu. Gambele airport be do ko la no nyamen, Gambele airport be expand no nyamen. Gambia airport when it comes to terrorism, security and so on and so on. Do ko be tamala no nyame. Machine kendol be sodla no nyame. But government ko do nyintala directly. One individual ko do tala directly. And ko do jola no moya directly. But ko do be jola nimbe na ticket or sanna from the airline companies. Then why airline company so like a taxol menjo Gambia nibe kodoli taxol jola ebe nyun kodo fanan jola wa time. But the moment you tell you idea someone and draw airport le follow balantalano. What time one Mr. Cham me alon katren the financial manager at the airport le follow balantan idea nyun to da ko hell. Passengers coming to the Gambia are paying tax already. And that tax is levy on them through the ticket or like through the airline companies. Bilia idea some airline companies so for airline companies so for balance ko enough is enough. E ka tax men charge ni mol be ticket o sanna. Pulukata Gambia is enough. And that's true. Nyono ticket o sam mo bulu jande America jan. Ayna receipt o dinale. Ticket on cost about $1,600 la. 800 and something walam ticket or actual cost. The remaining 700 and something be tax let. Tax all many alonko yetla in different portions. I don't even have the patience to read all that. Ya some banko men kanjang wale taxo. ibita banko men kan wala taxo fly wala taxo fly o nyaaji da airport ka taxo men jo yo taxo tal ya kuntun wo nyote ma ya petim fata kan saving $170 la wala taxi. But the actual cost of my ticket was $870 something nimanyina. But the total cost anatan cost $1,600 la. So nibita Gambia ba for Gambia no kono ticket was $1,600 la. But the actual cost of the ticket is same $870 something and the remaining $700 something wala tax otino. So bil tele ni idea sama nanko Gambia no nembe dunkan na Gambia e yanta ka kodo jo airline no balantala na airport of balantala. Woman dia President Barrow. And in this Sarahule businessman called Mr. Toure. Because I found another Gambela, I found an investor to the Bilana at permanent secretary in office, Menkata Mr. Sediti. Yanin President introduced. I had an idea for President Oko. Security company Lebembulu. Me along ko. Nisa katano na kodo create whatever kodo sodla no nyari whatever income sodla no at our point of entry. Alila morning hakilo la jande. Ni Mr. Toure la main idea meant to follow ku fula le mwalamu. Visa. Gambian member outside. And yo banko la kaito la soda. For example, nimun France Gambianoti, nimun British Gambianoti, nimun American Gambianoti. And wala passport bebulu. Albe visa men sort la aenda visa men nyinikala. Pulka dunna Gambia sato kono. Ni security port company ko itele lefta ko mara kuoma. Ani kodo me alanko Gambia dingol ba jola ni be dunna Gambia ani be fintila itele be marlawma ini Adama Barrow yo contract wala say ya Adama Barrow bili findi nyila waitara before ni security company fana mina visa ko wala waitara Gambia Masakunda kilo have already signed contract with Semelex about visa ko Semelex mantra passport on visa ID card ko da malto poto kan Gambia kayti jamal be Gambia me alanko Gambia Masakundani Semelex yo sign and Semelex lenta o kaito topoto Gambia Masakunda tola. It's not only the passport and the ID cards and the driver's license there. Jamalem dol beje nol ko be ni ko bol mala say ma sibo be kala Gambia dol beje ni ko bol mala say protest be kala Gambia. So sign Gambia Masakunda fa crime la create they sign the same business with two different companies. They sign a visa issue with Semelex. Ni Semelex yo kuma mandija watu wana albo chocho mwelale. Alila mwani hakilo ya albafu la jana one day na nyimfala jana. Semelex be ulula nyimkula jana one day. Semelex already signed a contract with Gambia Masakunda about the visa kuo pour Gambia dingol on arrival at the Gambia International Airport. Inara kotenke ye visa kuo project odi nyi security port la. So that means visa kuo project ya di two different companies la. And kilimbe wula talal. Semelex will either sue Gambia Masakunda, ni Gambia Masakunda ya ado kuo di Semelex la security port will either sue Gambia Masakunda. But sa visa kuo mbad no landi karala follow. So Billy President Adama Barrow left in project o kumasala pulu Gambia no ye 1000 jo ni be dunna ye 1000 jo ni be findila akona ta delay da mande mine akko nyin delay Billy airport la renovation do ko nyin kumase Billy OIC ko nyin mamanta OIC na da foke be Gambia Masakunda ma ko la proka airport do nyin renovate. At the same time the financial manager at the Gambia International Airport, this Mr. Cham and all Nyaton Koru, they already asked for help from international organization pulie mako yena airport onin renovate ano makoro kankularo kata bil yaje jamanola anata materialize yaje anata materialize President Barrow jamanola budunga taka sisona kaba kunkun wulini ka foka tele airport renovate wala sabu kodu ko nyin dilere damandi immediately bi renovation do ko mina banda dron ya idea ni sama ko den. This time around ya kenya dile bawo time on airport balantala le common sense make ko mol charge extra 20 pound la ni be dunna ani ni be fintila airline for balantale ma idea ta because they will lose customers. The more they are adding money on the ticket they will be losing customers wol faram balantala and ka manjo na airport to wadama kayanda already pleno jita Gambia pleno lata Gambia ala da mala ka manjo. So Sam Adama Barrow nata muneke. Adama Barrow gave a directive. You can have an order from the top. A direct order to the Director of Immigration. By then it was Buba Sanya. Paperwork should be at our time all. A direct order to the Director of Immigration. Akoya al airport or engage. Nyindoko yokumase. So because airport or balintalale, airline or bantalale, so it left a kak manually. Manually say wolamu, you be restore safela on your arrival at the airport with the headlines secure report. Near $1,000 so do ye restore dealer. Ni bita fana another $1,000 restore dealer. So say manually because collect because airline company la mention wala amantra kekan electronically Gambia International Airline Management a Gambia International Airport la management company ni men mata airport la ronina wala fana mention wala wala na amantra kekan electronically but saying this businessman Mr. Toure, this so-called investor Mr. Toure working with President Barrow say tel ba kekan manually so kodo man ka receive Gambia dingol bolo foarol bulu men be hosulina men be la molle ma ko ikam say $2,000 ko muta Gambia no bulu ni fitara Gambia kata holiday la say President Barrow ko 1,000 nata Mr. Toure ka 1,000 President Barrow 1,000 Mr. Toure 1,000 budu say ni mo kemel fanan jida airport do e be restore dilan 80 people la. The remaining 20 people be kolol mutala do bule the restore dile la so men fanan be do ko le airport do wala fanan be la ndawal ndimul shot la woldo wala fanan be la dépassol shot la woldo e be afra sang shot la woldo yati kido di do ye restore di do la ite restore di la do for example telo ko ni mo kemele jita airport do mo tan say ye restore di wala 1,000 by 80 that's $80,000 so the remaining 20,000 if an ambol talala nyote male man restore menna wo motan se o fana no be muru ran kanan ko tanke 80,000 muta wol bulu the remaining 20,000 if ana yela wokel afra tamol so o suuto mo fana be jile la suuto be dial bala nga teda dingal rere afra bala nga teda dingal rere ginar bala nga teda dingal rere buduf so saintel innocent gamenol mi alon ko be struggle la jam e ko be kama ko la jam mbe do ko la 24/7 mbe du national kono mbe nungol fela fefet telephone kendol tambul ndalla ko do president bol takam investor bol takam ko di tiol bol takam an kabi katala why the rich still want to get richer and richer and richer at the detriment of the poor people mbadi ngambe ko why fuaro wala mum problem oti wato wato wala mum baado le wato wato wala ka victim oti wato wato fanka mani be fanka mala drum fanka mabe rich la drum membe abulo boka si an kabi you wanna go for more memum fuaro de an kabi wala be bataka wala damandi wala ka tina why the rich wanna get rich and richer and richer and richer by the day why always the poor people is the victim here bala fana ni ku amea be wala mu na nyolu mfamal nyolu meni alan ko le badal na kola meni alan ko molle na faka be sirin teket as long as it le kada paso so do ka beti adal gambe mun kara banko al kana fitro wul ni mola banko ka ali molu bula molu hakku ay tenkum bula ñu indil problem ani kabi nanyo lebe don kam president Barrow ba ti sa do dunna e ko president Barrow do ko la say mbadi gambe ko adam Barrow mun do ku le jam ite be NPP landin jay ni bo ñoro ite be NPP Ahmed Jide na bo ñoro onko watel men ko president Barrow ñima kinde na bo ñoro lamin de na bo ñoro ntal be to falon wal siyata la yalla fallon ne ite ni ala tema ala talla manso tema adam Barrow mun do ku le jam adam Barrow man ka fa ko do ko wato be kering opposition yabe ma kering abi mun do ku le jam adam Barrow fuaro la ko do abata ke bulu anata mun president already Adama Barrow akada ku jiyo men fongola nka jole adama baro ka toute personne menta ka da ko wala nte gambeno le asan ya diala adama baro ko domoro men dum gambeno le asan ya diala adama baro ko dendi ko men dum gambeno le ka kara ka diala atana la muso na dimbalbe adama baro ka te jaral dawoda dunya dawoda gambe masa kundala ka jo adama baro bita dawoda gambeno le masa kundala ka la paso jo adama baro bita dawoda gambe masa kundala ka alawanso diala na la padiyamo adama baro ila hotel do gambe masa kundala ka hotel jo ay domoro hotel do gambe masa kundala ka hotel domoro jo ay joji mi wo hotel do gambe masa kundala ka jo adama baro la samato gambe masa kundala ka sanga diala adama baro la kawaso gambe masa kundala ka sanga diala adama baro na kungoli gambe masa kundala ka baba nyunjo adama baro la musulani kungo debe gambe masa kundala ka jo an kabi adama baro mbadi ngambian ko kayra mbadi ngambian ko atele mal fan jawodi mbadi ngambian ko nyi dimita sa le banku dingolu alfango dingolu say bo le deport kam pour les moun Gambia sutateli. The second flight will be arriving in the Gambia very soon. Ye mutala already ani be mutakanne sa men bida kan do ko wala Gambia wala Germany sato kono funding kal men bije sukuro dun yenata do ko wala say ibe man trata kan do ko wala say be siri la suwala kono anu nin karo fare be le bilol jolale yenta ka ndawlo kiatel gambenole ba say membe Germany na yenta ndawlo kile tela karfashi da man ndawlo kiye ibalo nale ita muso mbe siri ngambe ni dingole kebe Germany ayenda kan ndawlo kiye say okay yo mutabe deportation association do aba koylale ida mbe siri ngambe na ikoto tale say mantra do ko wala mfa ita koto tale say sombo man idingo be jikiri wala abe Germany enta dawlo kile na abe siwsela enta dawlo kile na say o mutabe detention center ande ka mununina ibalo na mbe keri say mo da fole wuli be wulala wul wado de sila. But Gambia, I'm so sorry. Yes, I'm a Gambian, a proud mother for that matter, and I will die as a Gambian, no matter what. While you neka America, you neka Germany, England, Norway, Sweden, Italy, Spain, and other parts of the world, we are okay. Mashallah, alhamdulillah. Inshallah, atala la kuwa badani da mani, atala la kuwa kantel dawun dawani. Wa intel namun dara. We are okay. Al kuwa kanji. Yes, Mr. Koroma.
Hello, yes. Sana.
Mr. Koma, first of all, I need to apologize to you for the delay.
Yeah, you're welcome. You're welcome.
Time out atala abanta fereng andu nala noko 8 p.m. Gambian time. Party leader His Excellency Nyanda Tara membe kerine andu nala noko the moment I interview kuma sije drombe programme oni fereng kumfalale so malam fobe lefla nebula ndun kacha dabang fobe lefla bana reschedule to Thursday ni alasonda because Nyanda men
saying I reschedule to Thursday because what I want to also do is to empty what the empty people don't know about the draft constitution and the electoral bill 2020.
Okay.
So basically, let's reschedule this thing to Thursday.
Yeah, because left a program. Yeah, left a program we can program or the Wolongo, Yadung, Kolokono Yabe, Jababoto, what I send ya, Yakaso Ninte Mule. So,
Dinale, the Barobu will let them naler.
Yeah, Dinale. Or a Bakala Wolnya.
So, Thursday, inshallah.
Bakalonia, thank you for understanding.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
Okay. Mbadingolu, comme nyawri afo nyamal fonga ya mwele, I think that will be proper. Ka program on reschedule to Thursday ni aramisa nala 5 p.m. Gambian time. Ala yalo malo num konum pa bibe interview sotola on membe keri. It was already after the program and natalonko. Our leader will be on membe keri. Secondly, for program on fana ma espeko memina ni wala wulta. So anata nyama kamuta wala nyama. This is why we are always well prepared. Anata nyawo nyamba tala wala nyama finde dana bunda mena mbatala wala nyama. So again, membe keri nyang wala mnyinti ko. Sometimes Gambian me Gambia wala mi fang probamoti, wala mi fang jawoti. Gambian me Gambia bampare ka wuli to control their own destiny. Ni nkoy wuli tele amra protest da mala nkoy wuli ani. Ni nkoy wuli tele amra kelo da mala ani. Ni koy wuli ko fitino ndala mala fola Gambia. Gambia mun peaceful country de. Ndala ma fa le wuli ale fitino kede. Ndala ko la ale wuli. Ali alla on destiny control. Ale wuli. Ali al fam fasa. Ali kal fam makorari. Ale wuli pour ala fane yam fali. Pour ala fane al makoy no. Gambia is more than shaken. Gambia is more than a sad nation. And Gambia is more than an underdeveloped country. Senegal is milking the Gambia right now. Senegal be no tulolo wudi kam. Ibe na nafrol takam. Ibe na joran takam. Ibe dun kana banko ka be bank Gambia dul ares kam. Ike samba Senegal ye techo wala men diate lafta kele na diate ye bula na diate ye muta. Gambia no nyama mawala. Gambia man sekunda to wokere. O man na kanyande na Gambia man sekunda do kulalo. President ala vice president anala minister anala supportal wol be competition la Gambia Senegal sa do kono e be bunjangol nin ko dal men lo kanje. O man na kanyande na kodi ndigo mi alan ko itela ko femantara non keso kono bar sa ye mentara je ibo bika même fanan dite la Gambia no tola yol bi ba samba kam minto bankol to men be Senegal sa do kono bank account to men be Senegal sa do kono because ko san tuba bol ya ni ko do samba woro e ka fula bang fola la ni mo sakunda falende say ko tuba bol la bank to ni ko do tara je say bu kana soto say so alna samba Africa mo sakundal ka because Africa mo sakundal be kele but Africa no le mum fanja woti. This is why we will continue to live in poverty. This is why we will continue to live as the poor people and the poorest among the poor. An example of GBT, common sense. He said, "Mo kanu nyawnya." Ini mo se dem baklim fakli na nyawnya. Ye badi ya kanu nyawnya. Ye badi ya fasa nyawnya. Memile opinion di nyawnya. But the reality is on the ground mo nya mo bir nya bola. Ni me nyama je kamo elefana. The writings are on the wall for people to see anything. Let's take an example about Uganda right now. Museveni, 35 years or more as a president. Badi Gambia nkolo, badi Uganda nkolo. Ani many Museveni den da bakilin fakilina. 35 years ibe mansa yala mansi yaba. Yala ifangolo no shakala. 35 years mo kilumbe president yala. 35 years mo kilumbe ko atende kele president. Ani kabi molle be Uganda mene karto fay Museveni. Molle be Uganda mene Museveni tisato do ka celebrate. Molle be Uganda biliye Museveni declare as the winner. Ya celebrate. So wole man ke fanja woti ba. Ke ba kotole mu ma show people they still voted for Museveni. They still believe that Museveni is the president after 35 years in power. The man in the mother local sanji mutansa bani lulu. If you go to Cameroon, the same thing. You go to Equatorial Guinea, the same thing. You go to Congo Brazzaville, the same thing. You go to Togo, the same thing. You take Cameroon, the same thing. The longest serving African president in Banko Lekambi. Number one is member Guinea Equatorial. From 1979 up to date, Aberulka. I tell him president what? I didn't want vice president what? At the same time, I didn't care on the Minister of Defense. Nitara nung Gabon. Omar Bongo nana bafala. I tell him president what? I didn't want the minister to remember the soldier Roma. I would do was Ali Bongo and president what? Ali Bongo strokely amuta. I think Kilongo boka move. Nabe tamala ka kuruntule. An kabi akabe mansa yakela. An kabi ka kato fire. An kabi molle ba support ka. Yeta Togo. Ya sembe ya dema. Ay marola ke sanji muang. Ani wora wula. Anata fa. Sojorol ya diwota ya second ya diwo sineje. Awo diwo be marola sa men sa sanji tan lulti. From father to son. And an kabi molle be Togo. Men be kelo keka wo president we. Ya semba dingo. Jebren ya semba. An kabi molle be men be nyong. Togo li so bute kala. Security forces lebe Togo li si diwo bute kamwe. Yeta Cameroon Paul Biya. Paul Biya is 90-something years old now. Sanji tankonon to anim feng. Anyara be fasara man kende ya. Ikasi Karoli nyabukaje. In fact, the vice president is the one who is ruling the country. Bahan kabi akata jira lafta ka fa office. And mole be Cameroon an kabi. Men be Paul Biya fasaka. Ni tara Congo Kinshasa. Denis Sassou Nguesso. Bilintele mo wulu no tomoy. Anyana kanum president otele turu coup d'etat ajita anata sele kotenke Denis Sassou Nguesso atele barkata Congo Kinshasa dingol beti atele nda mararo kela an kabi Congo Kinshasa mulle bi men be katto fayla yena na Gambia bi jawara mararo ke sanji tansaba ya jami na sanji mo nen fula baro na ko de gambe no lebi jemen ka fa baro nyanta maro kala sanyi mo ni fula wala sanyi tansaba baro forever because of munamu itele baro la like bari man baro be do ko menke kay ma interest to fa gambe la nyaato tala fa gambe la koma tala wonte la interest to wonte la problem modi for development la for lack of development be kere wonte la problem modi kuran soto bali ya wonte la problem modi kunun I receive a text message from a Gambian be na text njel tale nko mba ko la na fa ko sante mi no nyinto bal ko ino wala let me not be rude. A Gambian sending me a text message telling me that go atodum for tulugalo no lomba men kan sandung $700 ako last week $700 last week ako now is $1,000 ako 2 weeks dama tulu fonko for galo no lomba natalo kinya nane from 700 to 1,000 and now we are the Gambians crying amanke fanje from promotion odi amanke promotion odi. Do you know how many calls we receive a day from Gambians? Because they thought that Sanajaji Besir UDP TV&MEDIA platform they are millionaire or mat. Wa tantanyo badole fuaru kumu keri. Yamra jara sane mankatara diamu jam kodola babul watra anyom fuaru kumu keri. But do you know how many single daily call receive from people about their personal issues? Man ID card soto lafta mako ID card lela funding ke tanen fulale be mbuluja men yalan ko buro me ko be lafta ali mako ID card lafta mitino la kumandila nyanta tala molle mitla do to do campagnol be kerin say mamoto lo soto lafta ka moto lo wasi mo karle be jang ay cancel soto ay ndata dar jarlo Dakar ali mako and they call you as an individual for you to help them. Eka program kare so ko nyi lokun kare mbe ko do kila nyi molele do ye call yo ilafta kila me yo ta cancel nyine emergency because wala situation no wosta but at the same time o gamben kilo me dana ko dola wala gamben kilo me be wosi kan duma o gamben kilo ka fuye ko al kana fitin wonde mo la bam ko ka dia mo siata al mol dahani adun tajana findi tajana. Do you know how many calls of threats do we receive a day? Nenindro ni banindro, personal attack and so on. Mole in text na ngay natalo kinyana ako sa prasta mole kese kilimo $10. Ako prasta mole kese kilimo $10. Bal bawo mbaka kidi kibari kilinka I call and I send someone to the pharmacy, a pharmacy obe Westfield. The stop step, something like that, stop step. And the neighbor was stop pharmacy. It turned and I go kata pull kata pipeline mafana. There's another pharmacy. Nkai ta auto fanonto. Telephone be speaker to. Nabe diamola. One of the pharmacies, member Johnson on the pull kata Carava Avenue. Okay, yes, paracetamol kese kilo is $10. At other step stops, woko paracetamol kese kilo $15. So why Gambians are telling us that kwenye be caring Gambia, by be sirin dek. Legi wali seka mwenyo Gambia nak. Dress fum ser dinañ ko jenda. Dress fum ser fum refet dinañ ko jenda. Men be UK, men be tubaburu, men be Germany, ala la telephone ke silence mode. Fo danim mbe fitala maj karokon. Wali seka men kana ten say. Albe telephone moy la le. Do bam ni mena girlfriend be Gambia. Isa fe do ma dimbale njegi dress wali seka moy ñow. Ala la telephone ke mute wala silence wala li telephone sorom. Gambia bala bam faye. Gambia bala bam faye. Now they are thinking about the best and the most expensive dress because then one of them wali seka dance for one night. But they are not talking about what is going on in the country right now. Hey, it be Spain right now, deportation be kundo. It be Germany, deportation be kundo. It be Italy, deportation be kundo. Fang na inyante ke mira kula sai. Mane manka kodo kinga meno private address because wali seka kana. Ni dia mu de science ali wali seka boycott. Fi aduna la. Politiko manya na sabon ta wali seka. jimale wali seka invite na Gambia president barole NPP kafo jimale wali seka invite na Gambia president barole NPP kafo when nawek la office mbe jara soma e man printer fansoro ni lafta printing kela e ka farfenya la call farfenya ya print ni farfenya moje membita jara ya kado de la place amba when nawek la office mbe farfenya jara soma moto tebulu masima tebulu pour kata do ko ke kiyam wala jara nin jara ko la so ko na dimbabo de alman tankala kurama problème so de ay nawek la office mbe jara wo ba moto so pour kata ama masima so pour kata ita client ite le moto lu wasla nawe ko na do ko kele bo kono ni pate moto joko nange nawe ko muru ala office to back to jara soma no de la promo de solvla ko ite membe kiyam yen nawe call membe de jara soma iko lefte la mital la wala lefte kuram wala dundi la bun kono nawe do kulani ni ma moto lu wasa atinano ni ma moto lu wasa ta selano even the paperwork pour ka print they have to call Farfenye for Farfenye to do the paperwork for them bal Gambia no be sirin Gambia nya kasu wala bal Gambia no be call lale ika foy ko wali sekala kana left address la legi dress fu munna ser Gambia no will go for it wala nan koy Gambia no lale hakkato atale mal fanda jawoti Gambia no de samu tam nyoti Gambia no de samu tam nyoti legi janghi Gambia ni nak momo yalla ko ite mu semestre de le sunkuto be Gambia wala Gambia no be sunkuto be Gambia membe nene ka aka fo yama tere nelaw nyano ye bulo mutade ñano yele telephone ke silent de den ko mamna mo ben ko la alhamdulillah mo daga me be ko la ka fonyo ko dama buga jenaw dresi wali seka wala dama wara dem wali seka yow da maltal parti wala seka be Senegal ima allow play Senegal because of corona wali seka ni yishunduru ima allow play Senegal because of COVID-19 ni be play le kata live show like virtually danga tok sa ker yata Facebook live ye jibe wala ta YouTube ye jibe but nobody can attend a Wali Seka show in Senegal right now. Nobody can attend a Wali Seka show in Senegal right now or you should do so in Senegal right now. Why didn't you Gambia parce que ñu ñoy dofi ñi bub sun xaliss ci bare ñu yobbu ko ete jali ba promote la de barona le NPP ko ete jali ba promote la de ete jali ba tola de tala de pour que fundraising de ete tata di ngo tala de ete pa bobo jobate tala de bay be jimala sambalale na Wali Seka ani Youssou Ndour legi yen Gambie ni nak yeen ngi fu nekk right now fu nekk di jënd dress boy sol surtout bachelor atama be seeding diaspora ala wa janya ba bulje yoni al kodo ke ta dress sol sa ni ta dress sol san ke dol ya jibeje ite be seeding ni pade mobe ya natal Wali Seka toj na fi ni UDP ko do be diamola nka ko nyi mu doti Wali Seka yanta a boycott la de because so kam dala ko Wali Seka ma faale ni be Wali Seka la ko mo fala o jiso fon ka sumaya nka ko Wali Seka ni mu forota ani ko mu UDP din kendoldi yanta Wali Seka boycott la because barole ya kumandi barole NPP ya kumandi barole NPP kana la ko doleta ala COVID-19 ko dol ala fuar ko do ka be di Wali Seka la ba sambala Senegal ani ko yite UDP son tan ko barole promo barole yanta tala bari bita o sotol ni pade ka fa sana fanan ko le ko politiko man jar wala politiko jartala le pay bu kurbali jame jilanka bari bu mansa sana yafa Abdoulaye Cissé ñaadu nda telel natro ko mol ba bul Gambia lende Wali Seka den ko sanna me sa fale de barole Wali Seka kumandi NPP le Wali Seka kumandi ni sun ko be bulala ye bula ni mena sun ko do be bulala ye bulala ni bita jali ba tiketo se da jali ba bale kanata Wali Seka anuna UDP ko leje member dress wa fo lañu wato ko na ba promote ka dress Wali Seka is available at reasonable price Gambia nol la mal fan jawti so at the end of the days what matters ya wala mu yela fi fanna alay la finna ye bala fasure fay alay bala fasure e kaman complain ay tere ngani yokono e kaman fo ya min alay na baraka kaje If not, I'll not continue Qatar as the poorest nation on planet Earth, as the most saddest nation on planet Earth. B. Gambia Women's Life Matters. You cannot fundraising organize. You cannot fundraising organize because men so laje be musol la makoika. Musol membe faka subtatili. Ndew say mbale fanka mbale chamno post njibe. Ay haketo. Say mbale fanka sala bens la post njibe. Because mboka tano. If I see young and beautiful girls many alongo, ndefe wala manya na fala say. Young and beautiful young Gambians women, many alongo ndefe wala manya na fala say. Wala be faka on a daily basis, not because a crime la commit, because yenda ka wulu, yenda ka harama dungo semana dunia. Ebe faka because of munemu. No proper healthcare system. No access to basic healthcare system correct in alongo. But B, Gambia Women Life Matters lo fundraising ni bakila. Musolta sonatala otode. Bali bita wali sekale. Musolta sonatala otode. Bali bita yusundure. Gambia musol me alonko lebum problem oti B. Gambia Women Life Matters is about Gambian women's. Gambia Women Life Matters is about our mothers. Gambia Women Life Matters is about the Gambians dying in labor. Wala fundraising Gambia musol te taje. Gambia musol te ta promote la. Bali bita wali sekale. Because wali seka moko yor. Nkonko alala nini watra memfana nini ka. Gambia Women Life Matters organize a protest for Gambian women to come out in large numbers and defend themselves and speak for themselves and talk about themselves. No, you go about political lies la. Because mbali ncham sosa la. Wala mbali ncham UDP la. O sala bin spol la. Henya sala bin buguri ya President Barrow. O fadu mada jomma kamara mandi ngole moti UDP ngole moti al kungo kanji ndalta badala diamola be diam la fon kungo le tay be diam la fon yelo le sele be diam la luwole na ni ku yaso insha Allah ntenda halala fona wato sita badal kungo kanji sam president Barrow fele mi ko president la mati he's already a millionaire. President Barrow fele mi ko sam president la mati abuka fensang akabuka kodi boni ku kono ba an kabi al dingol membe tubaburu men be bolan nan tubaburu pour ka dun Gambia kono abe dalasi wuli kilim mutale buru ni be fintile fana abe dalasi wuli kilim mutaka buru anu akala poso lo kono billahi wallahi tallahi the $1,000 that they are collecting from the airport in and out akata President Barrow ni Mr. Toure la poso lo kono. Mr. Toure is the owner of that security port, is a businessman, a Saragole man. Atara straight to the president, any idea the president wala president sontala, some president ba keka manually, eka one will charge $1,000 isla in and out of the country. Meaning an individual is paying $40 wala $2,000. So $1,000 is for President Barrow, $1,000 is for this so-called investor, Mr. Toure. Mbofola ali makwe the owner of Star FM atodumfa mboka top mutano. The owner of Star FM now have a special hour called NPP hours. O programu mi alanko Alhaji Sadio Barrow kakenu sayte leo programu take over ikajumale invite NPP call iko kajumale castigate ikajumale debunk wala Gambia dinkendol kar UDP mantra da manenka UDP mantra da makonneka wala ko nyin drug mi alanko mo ka fa ko President Barrow beje iko be kan wala kam President Barrow wala iko ale men lo ka yandale iko ale menke menti be kala wolti ale ente men kala menti be kala wolti wala ale President Barrow ka President ana be kala President de kuno la je palitel manke about the poor people. You man care about the poor people la. So many be caring say Al Star FM nyininka. The owner of Star FM ala nyininka mina da Yusufa da Abobay. Mina saba Yusufa da Abobay na la ta fanna. Akada mun tonya moldi. Ala take a fair and balance. Why Mustafa da Abobay? Because you could UDP nkolomati. The owner of King FM ala nyininka mina da keba kamera bay. Keba kamera mina da yabay. You could because UDP nkolomati. So menyente nala kala President Barrow la jalo titali yanta udam mala invite la. Al Mohamed Jah of QTV nyininga wala television kata kiang ka fo kiang kuine la nkole ko kurangal bejane President Barrow kurang semana kiene why QTV la manager Mohamed Jah unana kala kuruki ikata silo la bondi mula nim bridgeol but why are they not talking about the drug scandal membe keri Gambia na ba nyama bi kel fatu nyanta security chief so le invite la kel fatu bi ni aramisa nala members from the security sector, members from the Ministry of Interior, members from the drug squad yanda wala nyinin kala bi ye nyinin ka nyin drug ko la no wonte la covid-19 ko ba busule bulle Lamin Jai, we do respect to him. He's a great man. He's doing good. And Sifale invite Labi. But now when you are missing like a invite Ahmed Jide. Ahmed Jide bitamina for a Wulia 4 cola. Kuma 4 cans of cola. Now when I invite you, Salif came over. Nafala Lunja. You must if I call the invite. You must if I relevant the walla. You must if I call the promote. No, there be Haruna Drama to Jumala invite la. Members from the security sectors, the drug squad, the interior ministry, people from the ports, let them talk about this drug issue. I need it. If I see the Jatalo invite la about 4 years ago, coalition of Mansakunda. If my fight command ya 4 years ago, Luta Baro ye bainu, Billy Baro bainu yemunu munemoy. If I say Humbalo invite la. Binaba Yamanumbi. Star FM, King FM, they should have a special hour to talk to people about this drug. Mbadi Gambia ko nala man drug ko mu ku easy waldi. Nala man drug ko is likely. Ku fula be keri na Gambia sada ko jambi nala man ku fe malamati bi. Albe deri alkal fan nene. Wala the deportation of Gambians from Germany in Switzerland. Me alon ko baro man sekunda a contract go san fa preda and yemo la boni na immigration department. Ebe siri in Germany in Switzerland pour Gambia dum identify. Now ku easy Al Kalfana Nini. European Union is aware of it. The whole world is watching. But the contract has already been signed by Barrow. 356 million euro has been given. Because you can't signed already. The ball is in your court as Gambians. Nah, Mufama. I tell me, I do deport ka. I tell you, deportation stop no korenge. Radio ta stop no. Sana Jarju ta stop no. Hadi demba ta stop no. I tell me Gambia tell us stop no. Ale wuli ale final sidina. Ale ta Makati Square. Ale wuli ale final sidina. Ale ta Westfield. Ale wuli ale final sidina. Ale ta courthouse zoldo. Ale afoko enough and a stop to the deportation of innocent Gambians. Fulanjang nindro ko kuo. Dunia belebe Gambia jibe kambi. The United States government is watching. The British government is watching. The French government is watching. The German government is watching. The international community is watching. Ale amra ibederi. Nimantra derinde. Interpol Co. Drogonying is addressed to the government of the Gambia. It was registered in the name of the government of the Gambia. Who is the head of the government? Adama Barrow. Who is the head of the security forces? Adama Barrow appointees. And who is involved in this drug case? Banta Ketani, Silaba Samate, Jimala la Molmu, Jimala diplomatic passport dealer, Adama Barrow. This Silaba Samate, a drug dealer, a well-known scammer, an international criminal, not diplomatic passport babu. Jimala diplomatic passport approved, Jimala assigned Puliadi, Silaba Samate, Adama Barrow. So I left after Adama Barrow Maloko to Silabam drug dealer. Adama Barrow Maloko Silabam scandal. Banta Ketami Kaburota, na diplomatic passport babu. Jimalia Diara, Jimalia approve, Adama Barrow. Oh, NPP nko me alonko atela arjano wa wala soto. Ya jamana former jongle me alonko Adama Barrow e nyanta soro na ma soro. Ya jamana former minister me alonko bi o manyina kala minister Adama Barrow ke minister bi wole ba Adama Barrow e falkul tentula. Bi Adama Barrow be kala wala alandi ngolti. Bi gambeno gambene Adama Barrow soso wol fi alala soso because Adama Barrow keje. Natil Gambian majority. Of course, Adama Barrow la mansa kunda ni Gambian kemene be keri mo tanda mal be benefit kanje tan kono to be batakana so alte wulla alte diamula. But at the end of the day kungolka lu ngeen sombi fofu yena ko faana. Diaspora is ever ready. I can speak for the entire diaspora. E pataka Gambeno japare e be lo lalfe pour Gambie ka banko kendore pour Gambie dungole tra banko kayro kon pour Gambie dungole ka leptano de ka jaralo so pour Gambie dungole kana border cross ko de ko ka jaralo le Sénégal. Ndeysaan bu ko def ka mool la private ku mool fojal but I will share stories from people in Minnesota. Just recently Sunku Dindingo 28 years old abonna appointment la Dakar Anadingo. 5 a.m. in the morning. Where I former GPT sila abek sirim boso kono. Anadingo plukata appointment ola Dakar. Bilata na Dakar. Locally, it had everything's okay. Amanjere na jam koreng because adingo nyi wuluta le with some conditions. Bila adingo wuluta Dakar tani na kasara wala. Al appointment bebe Dakar. Ala jara bebe Dakar le. Every 2 months, every 3 months, akada Dakar le. For the past 4 years, sandino be sanjinan. Ala last appointment atatake nyin tenen tambilal. Kunun teno. Sign bila kaya ko dino is okay. Amala fi fanka telikili la Dakar. Ani telikili amala fi la Dakar. Ala mina mala condition de waya wala na amala fi la Dakar. Of course abe jiya kan dame. Je dedetale. Ke kanamo damala bo bungo kono. Akata musoti. Anadi ngo abela la salo kono. Ke kanamo be wulla somanda be kunduna. Because at a hotel o jolano. Alafta bungo tala wala planu ya charge mena oda jaweral. Because amuda ko natata no Senegal alola nyanya be tele fula kala jere wala tele nani wala tele lu nasiara ya charge men akato jolano akajiya me ya Senegal ako natata salo ko na kela wala to ana dingol andi wol dimba tole modi o dingol be mun ke kanol ledi ali ajel what Gambians goes through ni tara Dakar ali ajel what Gambians go through ni tara Dakar to be jefal baka jiya dula so bilika te ko dinno woni okay amani ko denke na jam ko denke a contente la kata suto fangla Dakar. She's already on her way back to Gambia. So kuda nyanya kaka sele. Ida mbe Gambia fanyi ka Senegal mina buka na jaro la Gambia. Mina sabu Senegal buka na jaro la Gambia. Ida mbe Gambia fanyi ka mina sabu Guinea Bissau ko buka na jaro la Gambia. Ntel ko ntel fisara banko fangotile. Gambia no ka fon tel fisara Guinea Bissau. Gambia no ka ma ko tel advance Guinea Bissau. Ba why Guinea Bissau ko buka na jaro la Gambia. Why Casamance nkol buka na jaro la Gambia? Why Mauritania nkol buka na jaro la Gambia? Nko Gambia no fanyi ka nyi question la why ida mala kata jaro la wandi bankol kam because sadeka bi moko yorut because sadeka bi mo baro anu suda tile nyi tulobe kodo la men dunda Gambia sa do kon suda tile itulobe kodo la men dunda Gambia sa do kon but an kabi Gambia no ka fe ko yeah okay Baro forever. Tomorrow you posting on UDP TV&MEDIA. Ka baro la corruption of ta ka expose. Nka ta je nka comment so read. Nka Gambia no je men kan attack for condemning baro. For God's sake, I cannot believe my eyes if I see a young Gambian. Our future is at risk. Our life is at stake. Our future is at stake. Attacking us and calling us name. Because we expose the corrupt practice of President Barrow. But sometimes I look at their last names. Ikadol kontong le jibe, yetol jibe, ikalunoko, tribal kuole bejan. So, fanku ya, badi ya fasa, kafunyo ya fasa, si fasa le ya sabu, nafa President mineka murenyo. President itaraja ayin fa suta tili mankea. Ayin domo suta tili, as long as UDP mansa kunda mansi. This is why Mystic Jaba ya fole nung ali amwele. Mystic Jabang of PPP. Ako ya jame ole prefer UDP masa kundati. Mo fala because of the hatred that he have for UDP. And lawyer usinu dawo. And now this is why about you PPP wo fatale. Wanta patrioti. Wala ma agenda soro. A jump tata minto. NPP. And I tell all soro ba entertain kan suta tele. This is why the lives of Jomansi Kujabi wala Dimansa Kujabi nyol many president Barrow kumani tobe la jam now they jump camp to NPP because UDP kello be keri jam itele fe UDP mandinga facility mandinga patriotic ale hakitu mbakala fe ko fo jam bal Dimansi Kujabi na bonyolu wala mandinga kelola wala be tribal kelola jam. UDP they have no agenda, no program, nothing to say. Absolutely nothing to say. But the hatred that they have, two worst. Mandinka and UDP kaya. Unfortunately, Jola Dingo and Jola ni Mandinko lembaki limfakalindi. Sita caring Gambia men closter katambi Jola ni Mandinkola. Sita caring Gambia men nyomuta katambi Jola ni Mandinkola. site keren bi men dalta nyola men sita men ka nyola kanfo men ka nyotola katambi jola ni mandi kamala wala na somdam buka understand ni nyi jola dindingol dolje wol ko ka UDP kele mandi ka yalaka wala ni na mandi ko doje bi iko ka APRC kele jola yalaka nka muta ko yella londo man jamfa imam faham nka muta ko ya jamela dol brainwash ani be APRC function for APRC support based on ideologies and programs but not because UDP le APRC la promote bal fo ñim ko be UDP kom fo ñim ko be loya Ousainou Darboe kom fo ñim ko UDP le be banko tankala no fo ñim ko UDP Gambia Masakunda under the leadership of lawyer Ousainou Darboe Gambia will be a progressive nation, Gambia will be a better nation, Gambia will be a developed nation, and Gambia will be a country free of injustice, free of nepotism. For ñin komen ka UDP support bi for ñin komen be lafinu lawyer Darboe la mansa yala for ñin komen be lafinu UDP Masakunda la bi wala siata bi me ya oppose alhamdulillah mu ala tentolet. But at the end of the day, minin tafal. To nyal be labana. Badi Gambia nkolo. More bombshell coming on Thursday about nin drug. Kuwa mbe kiri in Gambia. NPP nkolo jabute be nyoto fala sa be nyo point la. NPP nkolo ko banta keta mambori amanta dawoda ikabe manka mankunda president Barole ya mabo manka mankunda. Mota jela mota finjento jela. Buna be manka mankunda domoro bayeje efitim bayeje. Ibe nyoto foka NPP nkol ko president Barole fa amalola ibebe dewundi insha ibe nyoto fola iko saka jada ka minaka porodo minana saka jada mala fi container nyeyele NPP nkol le ka nyoni ka nyin questiono de NPP nkol ko minana alkali container le nyi idea di president Barole fa plus la basa mate kala business partner andu yalla ko sila basa mate mu drug dealer di NPP ngoli ya daela nyina billahi wala ta ni mamalu alala jang man sila alala jang sa to fal yalo ni malam ni NPP ngodi ako mina sabu sila basa mate ya bula close to president Barole and when they know ko sila basa mate is a drug dealer bal bi ma la fi sila basa mate fane jikla te man la fi ay dew now they are there iba promote ke ba makoy ka the likes of who by Sankareño. I have no personal issue with the media houses. Wallahi billahi tallahi. I have no personal issue with Fatou Toure or Fatou Camara or anybody who owns a media house in the Gambia. My problem is let them practice what they preach. Let them tell or let them do what they are telling Gambians. Nka story men soto mbemol fanan dani la wala ya haketu please mbemol dani la wala ni mamena message or reply on time. I'm not important amanka fam promotion but I come back on the back and I feel very bad ni moy message o kinya man respond wala moy message o kinya mala ko return. Most of the people I can message you Kenya na phone number wala ni 14257730949. It's a Wi-Fi. Nimba na suwa kono drum boka use no. Nimba na suwa kono boka use no. I only respond to messages ni na suwa kono and I go through the phone. I have 3 different phone. Me along kan message you follow je and I want to reply to all these messages. Nka dolje ka kamfa ni message you Kenya na man respond on time. Nka dolje ke fanje ni message you kiye nye message yo kinya mon respond on time. Nka dole fana je immediately after this show, after 4 hours of talking, they want to have me on the line again for another 1 hour. Ale haketu kendi mo do en ko kunun akai message yo ki Fatou Camara ele ana ay men fo Fatou Camara wala nyinti ko ma fokala mantra do ko kendola balal mol kachandi men jarta kachandi lola la platform do ala mol invite men jarta invite la anu akata daf to an extent ay kuma kilim fo faade camera wala mi ko maybe nyaaje bam Baba Jah fam invite because in Baba Jah be querying right now. Because Baba Jah have been going after you personally. But not going to Baba Jah montra problem with Fat Camera. Maybe they will even invite Baba Jah. I now see the platform of I lo adabun. I lo adabu attack. And which is true. Nim Fat Camera nim Baba Jah be dia no abanda Baba Jah invite. Because you kala fo mo sifala la. Ikaw mo sifala siwindi. But in Baba Jah mantra dia ni waro ko ne invite no de Baba Jah ba invite na lo da bonnen ni para yo ke headline odi. I cannot surprise I Africa will invite Baba Jah. Maybe Kerfatu will invite Baba Jah. Yes Salifu ke mo baro invite da men kay Baba Jah invite la le. Mo ma bul bana mara bonni ñot. Ani bila fo ñu latala. This is the problem with us as Gambians. Ken dingo do fana message o kinyana WhatsApp ala natal man taraje football ala natal beje. There's nothing that could tell me who he is. I message o kinyana net na message o nyinta naje dani mba reply la ngakilo na rabo completely because sometimes come message o jele dole ka message o kinyana do hi, they want you to respond back. If you respond back and they will come to you, they'll be like, hello, how you doing? You say, I'm okay, and how about you? Then they will come straight to the point. I message you, Kinyana, hi. Then I reply, completely. And I suffer ko kodenge. I suffer ko kodenge, yes. Na suffer you for read. Ma reply of another. The next thing wrong. Who do you think you are? Why governments want to make themselves so big? I've been texting you, I've seen my message. You never reply. Why Gambian are called Juna? Why I call Fang importantly? So you think you are big now? Billahi wallahi ta'ala. Na message you read naje njelta na reply with a voice note. Ndama asafe. Na reply with a voice note. Yes, alert me. Alert drone in PBM interview kumase. Just alert me mbarino. The moment he's in, I'll alert. I will immediately stop the show. First of all, I don't know who you are. And there's nothing, no picture that can tell me who you are. And you think you will just send me an message and I just give you an information like that? I can't attack Juna. I can't jump into conclusion. You don't know me, I don't know you. Why do you think that go it left a menamboli killer? Yes, you not a message you no respond. But do you think that I will just respond like that? Oh, I thought of the same thing, maybe Malona wala sabu. Oh, I'm so sorry, 10 in 10. The person still wanna give me information about something. But I'm not interested in it again. I don't so interested in it because of an approach nyame, because of an attack nyame. This is what we are good at as Gambians. This is what we are good at as Gambians. Yes, Sister Hadi. Najelebe apologize for cutting my hours. I don't think you need to apologize about that. I think I'm the one who should say sorry. Your program kundu abediare waterman because follow malo no fanko be live len to will baratal drone jump ta drop. Najoko it was already 9 a.m. here when nyanta show commence at 8 a.m. So nata joko be so kekam but again do ko kilo lamu mbebe ku kilo kono drum be nyoso la chance la drum at the end of the day inshallah we will have the last laugh and we will have the best.
I abaraka back mbele audience will control me for don left offending nakafulakan about this call. Yeah, Jube program okay, back live 4 hours or 3 hours or 2 hours. Iba parera wrong at the same time people try to reach you out. If I'm a man on very bottle program, you really need yourself. modi ifongola because nta fanan ka sifajere do fango ka fanyala ko fo yami nanta kana kanu kumole foyeban be kumande kana balanta manna pour kana kanu kumo fo because sometimes they are very harsh you can ijabi kumo mina wale kana mi fo because ye mira ni interpreter ni program sometimes I have 100 messages on my phone 100 messages in kawla so man can masinote mim satina I could able to reply all those messages if I not like patient sort of science and any butter solar so sign butter solar if pareta pruning another 30 minutes spent on your phone or 10 minutes spent on your phone so it's very hard it all financial no it's very difficult ni atara italon no because itol mantarakan itol min sotodon iben jibela ibitala jonkonto ibital ibedomo kele be ko kala but we've been talking tol min batara diam kan tol ngalone how painful it is among easy so ni mo stoppe ame jabi kani fango je juna wara ye robiste ya safai nda fana nti jama no wata na yana to tara ya blocking na nda ke mari block la fanga tambi ya understand and sometimes fana many media lot yeah, understand many media so nobody don't trust nobody. You want to trust nyamen, until that's how we don't trust them. Because is those afoko, iman la fika na kwalta, fo iman trust ba. Wara those afoko, mbe kumandike iman na kwalta, fo iman trust ba. Nda fana malo ila intentional movement ikana na min. But atrete lafta puko information on dintola. Ya jela ntoba nyim platform otole. Muka mo to fo janka fo karile nyum fanya. Nka in information on fala without not telling nobody's name and mota fala ko na mo to fo jel fo mi anako maybe sometimes isa mari to fo ning atara mari ko nto fo bani mo ko kanan to fo. Ya mari camera information sotolo no nyaade le bina min fala Gambia dingole ito information sotolo no but ito fana nyantale patience adoku ntole fana kanaka kibarul dila isurata minna so let them give us the respect and the patient financial because it come in ita tara 4 hours program sola anduni ndole telephone muta sana ko telephone lan min fankante de mo ko be ko fam kono they cannot even tell you something me and coming important e ko foyeno ya understand nke control famate jalale adunta janna fintide even you can send that as a text message but mbata diamola mbelori mbata diamola ta fana lafta na la pour ka which are not something very important because definitely ni man ko fanya min important yan command just kudola academy because I thought like information on the miano ko ni mo sasiano I understand ko nobody more better la filela no some people will like you but some people will not like you. But if an antol fanambe do put him in the balela, let them give us chance. Dim pareta program ola. Ye time o di mola because it will message you be replied. Ye mira momi ila wasa message you te 100 message taraye after the program. What I knew for no kete ye la telephone yel ye message burun to taraye. So how do they expect ko ite nyanta will be replied? Am possible no. Among possible no wala na jama ni front na ngam pareta program odo nkana number nyin delete because at the end of the day nka strange call so leje anu barola mo oyana wol manke kiti kan commande in private lella ni nga ci kay telephone holande ni en commande private number la direct private number yallande why are they running nta mo solte manyana borlantela why are they running ni an ko te man fisor ko kan commande WhatsApp la and man fisor pour ngela voice moy then only for you to call me because inta lafta min falale nta kalona platform mo to ngafo I don't hide my face I don't hide my voice so nimbe ko man la fana mbe ko man la nan number la so why you taking una ne kera number te ka ke private o te man so e fon la wali atena so do winning adimitala let them have patience it will mean couple amoy and it will mean kan patience to nimma mina message you reply sometimes kamodo la message you fon yele fa you just move on ye do yele ye move on do yele because it will be reply no it ka jule nimi important ye will reply but certain things me and hi ibe nyari be find it sometimes it take chance before they reply no so let them have the patience and you more understand after what the malaka fule ku ila ya mo kan because the fananka si fasoto bari ntola kana number so di jama nimbe kumandiro so these are the problems some fananka me face thank you so much sir
abaraka hadi also na message o kiela no mfana be complain na wala bal malam fo yaje ba you have a fans club in Nyamina Katamina musuka folem me alan ko funding ke o ba nyato ga they reach out to me asking for your number. They want me to let you know about it. Okay, I will let Hadi know about it. I sent a message to you, and I said it on the program here some time ago. So, Ibe Nyamina, Katamina le, funding ke odole mo akaya musuka folso doje. they want to have your number. They would like to get in touch with you. Yeah. But
so what it's a number de la mail message you from Japan.
Okay. But the party leader is already in member caring. Yeah.
Okay.
Na yele sister Jara from the call kekara bara. Mbadi ngolu ala haketu wala drum but ndesana jayo no falele. Not only phone calls. My doors are open 24/7. This is why some people always ask me, why you are always online? Because I want to answer every call. I want to reply every message. And inshallah, I will continue to do so. Because in Kamfanjininkala, Mina Sabu Mobe call and Tala call return. Mina Sabu Mobe message your killer and Tala message your killer. Men can call a Mamfisadi. Maybe I can have a phone for you. In fact, don't come call a pluck at draw. Which is okay. So I will definitely return every call. I will definitely return every message. Not because I'm important, but because maybe not. So I will return every call. I will return every message. Inshallah. Yeah. Nima mena message or reply don't be like one time or so, but I will do so. And Mokana stop calling me. Mokana stop reaching out me. Ninanka kuma fa ndia munya wala na kuma fo wala mbada mo kasida. Call me. Ya fanya sanante amara yede kitama na fola. Sanante amara enta collecten. Call me. Ntele afo ya manka kilinda manka fulat. Ali call ali advice, ali call ali yamar, ali call ali afanya membeda membedia. Bani mena message of an respond. Kana kamfa. Mbal dal wala fulanjango. Fake profile or fake messages or fana haklo to wolto. There are certain messages or there are certain information we cannot share that here. But I know how many times I've been trapped. Modo yankole. I know about conversation on your record can. But kachata ta nyameng o conversation ata play no ko live because of nala kachala bande nyame. But natra ko nung confess tanung I went down wala nem fanjidro abo conversation on intara ita play audio to ay janjani dulado. But nala bande nyoy nyame and natanda ko you call the wrong person. I will not bow down and I will not allow you to put words into my mouth. Conversation on mantaku. So right now at play la. At janjandila. I can tell that ko abeng record kan. I have a phone. I have a phone. If you are recording me, I can tell. If you are recording my conversation, I can tell. So bilidia mo bandang fa padang kay ko ye conversation ni ma record ni pada te ya play ako nyende buka mo record alman tankal wala ndebe record la munela when I know that I record la already. And may I kinalone someone working at the embassy in South Africa, someone working with the officials at the Gambian embassy in South Africa. And immediately after that conversation, another friend request Kenyan on Facebook. So camera. People are stupid. I have that conversation with you. I told you that you recorded me, and I know you recorded my conversation. You can have friend request Kenyan on Facebook. And the funny thing is that during my birthday, when Jarai was doing that show, the person called that show wishing me happy birthday, trying to talk good about me. Double standard game on play. That individual calls Jarai and wishing me happy birthday. So Allah baraka His Excellency Party Leader Dabo is on member caring already. So mbekacha kumfala janne. Once again, Allah haketu ninkuma faraja memmandia. Ninkuma fota jambula men kasida nyina men family member to fo jang, but at the end of the day to nyale be fola, we will say it as it is, we will narrate it how it's supposed to be narrated. And one important thing, I will never compromise my integrity for anything. I will never compromise my integrity for anything. Mo betan kanula no That's okay, but mobe frantan konna no. And mayon kong I love you more than you do. Mayon kanu fana I love you more than you do. Inshallah ala alma alayhi sa waknya tata na dodro wala minti Gambia kendo lafta wala together Baro must go together, Baro have to go together, and we want a better government together, a better Gambia for all Gambians. Gambia melonka yiruwata, Gambia melonka Gambia dun be fansoro, Gambia melonka Gambia dun be kala titar la, Gambia melonka Gambia dun ba flo tuba budun ko monsula la ko dola, tuba budun ko entre monsula la fenna, memba la bulu ya la alfan la hajol topoto, ala la koda kendo lo, ala la bun kendo lo. Lafta Gambia men ko tuba budin tuba Gambia dun ba flo ko. Enough is enough. Wala so together we will do it. Sana Jarju ka diamu platform ba mo le be duma men be du ko ka tambi sana Jarju la. Nte fa lo na personal. Hadi dama be platform na mo lo men na fulo be bondi kan 24/7. Jara be platform na mo lo na mel ko suta tilo be duwala la. Anata jibe lalo. Modul ka tara do ko le be sol jibe ka. Modul ba siala. We have the lives of Ablaye Cissé, Aïta Sarr, Basha El Samiran Oras, e kanyum programme be klikin record le. Membe kerin te danna, Sana Jarju te danna, Sedi Li te danna, Jara te danna. E ko programme be klikin record le. Mbuka ND jela. Na musolo me alonko, na bura diamo la kunun ko abe nowe la, abaka la fina tofo, nowe abe sidi ngoldo. Karo kara yalla ka ID card jele di Gambia. Karo kara. In fact biya la baf de fam be kerin. But you can buy wish a happy birthday la jandrong. Again, I have to wish a happy birthday ala haketu. Binta Damfa Sima in Norway. Ala birthday be keri na bi. And a brother 346 member Spain. We ala birthday celebrate kunu. Or ala haketu. Hakilo belabra completely, but we will go and celebrate them on my page. Happy birthday to Binta Damfa Sima. Happy belated birthday to brother 346 in Spain. Alma alayal so Sima la jade kenda ni harje frimba. Alma alay nata kul timmandi. Alma alay hamakul kenye kila hamodo. Binta Damfa Sima UDP la jata muso. UDP la wonderful lady. Medwale Sima ya ba jade kende ani harje frimba. Alma alay ni ketu nyobulo ayedu idingol nyato. Yesi foye betini odomo. Ela hama koni nata ko mendi wala UDP mansa kundati ba osene le president ya alma ala ko kila hormodo e bela nafol men bondi kay baadi kam foirolla e baadun di kam potio alma ale million la faje alma kana ke komatati bada ke nyato tade kila hormodo alma kana fen regret je kila hormodo. Binta Damfa Sima, happy birthday to you. Sima ya ba jadi kendani harje frimba 346 happy belated birthday to you brother. Sima ya ba anin jadi kendani harje frimba. Good night from my end. Until Thursday, inshallah. My interview with Nyawru Koma is rescheduled to Thursday. Minaja na kakasolte. Dafa wala leer paski baro nena bugud lendem. Dafa wala leer, kondina leer. Baro dafa wala leer alu bari, teyebli na leer. Allah baraka. Good night. Until Thursday. Let's go to Membe Kering. Let's listen to the wise man. Let's listen to the future president. Let's listen to the president in waiting. His Excellency, Lawyer Hussein Dabo. Alma suto kairo siya. Allah baraka.